Thunder, 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 thunderhead, ho!
So, when Chaotic Harmony recorded that particular intro for me, I should probably move my mic closer to my face. When Chaotic Harmony recorded that intro for me, I believe it was late at night, because we were bullshitting on Discord, and it must have been 3 a.m., something like that. I think he was a little afraid of waking up the girlfriend. I'm gonna need to pressure him to give me just one more, with feeling. One that gets a noise complaint filed against him, you know? Not specifically for having a noise complaint filed against Chaotic Harmony, as amusing as that would be, but just because I want to hear the depth of that voice of his. I want to hear him project. How's everybody doing today? Forgotarung, good to see you, man. How are things? Oh my god, my dashboard isn't showing my chat. Let me fix that. Boop. Hoop! Well, that's interesting that popped up and it doesn't have any of my text in it. Cyber Knight with the subscription. Also, Dark Fox 1-2 Punch. Well, the second one did. Maybe it was because 2 went up at the same time. I'll have to take a look at my notifications a little bit later. Cyber Knight, happy birthday, man. For those of you who don't know. Is it today? Was it yesterday? Is it today? I don't remember when my own birthday is. No sub noises and no music. Yep, I know why that is. Let me fix it. Boop. Bop. No? You're not gonna load for me? You're gonna be a punk ass? Pretzel. You're such a punk ass program. Let me get it reloaded and we'll get some music going. Sorry, I'm finishing up putting a little bit of texture paste on these round bases for heavy gear. I started doing it during the countdown thinking this will take about 5 minutes. It turns out it's going to take about 7 maybe. Ah, God, don't drop that. Set this down and I'll restart Pretzel because it's being a bitch and not playing my music. You guys just want to listen to me sing today? That could be a fun thing to do at the stream. You know, we could pivot. We could pivot into something new, which is just me singing. There are whole streams like that. There. Now we should be hearing something. I keep forgetting. I have to turn off my desktop when the intro's running, and then I forget to turn it back on when I switch over to this. I need to put a little bit of time into the technical aspects of the stream, add a few more things in. I've been thinking about doing a new intro countdown. It took me a while to get the one that we have going now, but it's so simple, and I feel like we could do more. Again, bear with me for a moment. I'm scraping texture paste on the bases. It's real entertaining to watch. It should only take a minute. And then I need to let it set so I can glue down my gears, and then I can prime them, and then I can paint some heavy gear at some point in the next few streams. That's the goal. But yes, Cyber Knight, happy birthday, man! And for coming out to join us today, we're going to be working on the new Tyrant from Cyber Knight's own Metal Core Collectibles. He has been an absolute mensch in helping me figure out how to build them, and for that matter, in adding some features to them that I whined and complained until he was like, fine. Fine, Thunderhead. God. I'm pretty sure he sounded just like that when he did it. Wipe you off. Go ahead and get some texture all over my fingers. That won't come back to haunt me later. So how's everybody doing today? Y'all having a good day? I've had a bit of a weird day.
50 Shades of Coal Gray.
It's about to get weirder, apparently.
And as he pulled his stiff bristles out of my wet fluids, I yelled out, "No, Thunderhead!
No.
You need to thin that paint first!"
No! Oh, my chat pull up. There it is. Can I see it now? Holy shit. There it is. Is that accurate? Is that the chat that's actually going on right now? It's not. It's not giving me my chat. I'm gonna have to restart it. Fine. Twitch. You son of a bitch, you. I'm thinking about changing the position of my face cam, because it's a little weird the way I look down here to look at your chat, and then talk to you. No, I don't need what I'm following. I need the chat. Oh, come on. Are we doing this right now? Is this what we're doing, Twitch app? So we're off to a fantastic start today. Very beginning of the stream, me working on something intensely boring and failing to read the chat. This is just how we do things here. Ladies and gentlemen, bear with me for one moment while I restart my tablet and hope that fixes things. I just need more screens, that's what I need. I've already got fucking 5 monitors in this room. What's a 6th? What's a 6th? Bring it to a nice, round, even number. Alright, let's see. Let's shut you down. And go for a restart. Have you tried unplugging the world and plugging it back in? Any questions about the Tyrant can be dumped into Discord. Yes, if anybody has any questions about the mech that I'm going to be getting to working on shortly, please put them in the Discord. Ask Cyber Knight. He has been very, very helpful so far. It turns out that many of the complaints that I had last time, and oh god, did I complain. But you guys know, that's like part of my shtick. It's part of my brand. Hell, I complain sometimes when I'm feeling good. But many of the issues that I had doing the initial leg assembly can actually be sorted out if you try this little trick called not being a spaz and following the instructions that Cyber Knight gives you. Turns out there are methodologies that you can apply. I mean, not that I'm ever going to, because I don't, you know, listen to what people tell me. That's not part of my shtick. If that were part of my shtick, I would probably have an easier time of things. Start back up, and then I can see chat. That'd be nice. That'd be nice to know what people are saying. Assuming anyone's saying anything at all. Maybe chat's empty. Maybe nobody's watching me. What would be the point, then? What's the point of doing anything if nobody can see you and powder your ass, really? That's the question. What's the point of even being alive at that point? Now it seems to be working. Not now. Go to the channel, open up chat, and kaboom! Look at that. I see a giant pumpkin. Wait, where? Oh, yes, yes. It looks rather pumpkin-esque when it's out of focus. I'm scraping the last bit of paste now, and we're going to move on to the Tyrant. I should start more boring-ass projects in the timer so that you have to watch me finish them with no real context. I think that could be some real high-quality content, you know? Join me on the stream today for confusing, contextless work. Almost used up this jar. It takes me so long to go through one of these jars of the Vallejo Earth texture, but I love the stuff. Of course, I just got a fresh one, too, so I'm kind of trying to use up the last of that one. Oh, hee hee hee, oh, it's so funny. He's got such jokes, you guys. Oh, man, who we got? We got Vergaderung, Roland O'Coral, Lore Friendly. Yeah, today's stream is just me scraping texture paint over flat surfaces and occasionally picking my nose. I might do that, you know, just to mix things up. No, today, hey, Chef Tig, how's this going? How's it going? I got the words that talks the English good. We are working on this guy, who is the Tyrant from Metal Core Collectibles, designed and created by our very own Cyber Knight. It is a cool-looking mini. Now, all the Metal Core Collectibles minis are, I mean, they're standalone. They have their own variants, and, you know, they are what they are. But they are also very cleverly designed as excellent stand-ins for equivalent mechs from Battletech. In this case, the Centurion CN9A. As you can see, he has the equivalent of the Autocannon 10 on his right arm. He has a medium laser in his chest there. He has the LRM-10, and he was kind enough to put the medium laser in his back as well. Oh god, excuse me so much. Excuse me very much, ladies and gents. What the fuck was that? That was nothing. That wasn't even an accent. That wasn't even a reference to anything. It was just nonsense. God. Gotta get my shit together. Let me adjust my focus for a moment here. What does the CN9D have? I don't remember. White Wolf, Hathrir, good to see you. Project Dark Fox, thanks for being here. I saw that, Dark Fox, with the sub right at the beginning. Thank you so much for that. Oh, I'm way above where I'm supposed to be. Let me adjust my camera so that we're not doing anything stupid today. Well, no stupider than usual. No stupider than usual. Which leaves me quite a bit of leeway, honestly. That's not too bad. It has assless chaps. In a way. Psh, back lasers. Verg just hates things that are good. Oh, okay. Just variants of the same weapons at a different speed. Yeah, you could use this, in fact, for that variant then as well. Pretty easily. Of course I pick my nose every... I was just talking about my shtick and my gimmicks and my brand, and picking my nose is part of my brand. For those of you who don't know, the primary adhesive that I use when gluing models together is, in fact, the boogers. I mean, you laugh. You laugh, or maybe you gag a little bit, but, you know, I'm the one who's really laughing at the end of the day, because I don't have to buy super glue. I just harvest it. What a weird thing to say. It's been a strange day, though. You know, it's a day for saying strange things. Start off my morning working on some of these here Star Wars minis. But I'm fairly pleased with, I mean, you know, considering how low effort this technique was, getting the sort of coppery, iridescent, bluish tone that the destroyer droids have. I think it's coming out okay, considering all I'm doing is washing and dry brushing on these guys effectively. For super low effort, I'm really liking this, the way this is turning out. I gotta finish those up later. Adds to the texture. What's up, Orthane? How you doing? Lore Friendly would believe it. And that's why we prank Lore Friendly constantly. We don't, actually. We don't really. So, I have done... all I've done on this guy so far. After assembly, I primed black. I came back in with some white zenithal, and then I used those Dr. P.H. Martin's artist acrylics in orange and came back over the zenithal and gave it this fairly decent orange gradient all over. He is going to be in a Regulan Hussar's paint scheme, which is pretty much just orange all over with maybe some yellow stripes. We may or may not do yellow stripes. I'm thinking my usual coal black to blue color for the undercarriage and weapons, and then probably green for the cockpit glass. And then what I want to do is I want to have green at the very top here for the cockpit glass. There's going to be a little bit on his chest for the medium laser. And then when I get around to doing the basing, I'm going to use some foliage and do like some bushes like he's walking through a somewhat wooded area, and that way we've got green, green, green. It should divide it up nice. Trying to get motivation for more painting. I feel you there, man. Oh, do I feel you there. That's always the trick, isn't it? Oh, 5 biddies for booger glue. It's good, because biddies are actually the only currency that my nose accepts. I need to have a word with my nostrils manager on that front. I don't think it's legal. I'm pretty sure they have to accept any legal tender, but for the moment, biddies are all that I can use. What's up, Scomat? Are you talking about the droidicas? Oh, those are absolutely... Dude, the droid... I did the entire paint job that I've done on the droidicas so far. Starting at about 11 o'clock last night, and then only did maybe an hour's worth on it this morning, and I've done 4 of them, and the 4 wheel mode variants. Matt, you know me, I am all about low effort paint jobs, and these guys, these are low effort. Honestly, if you'd like a primer on how to achieve this right here, I'd be happy to post in the... And I haven't done... I want to do lensing up here a little bit, and the rest of this, I'm pretty much just going to leave it as is. I just don't want to spend that much time on the droids, because they're not that interesting to paint, but I want them to look, you know, reasonably good. All the primers. I'm going to end up having to do some more of those, people keep asking. Fine. Alright, I have doled out a little bit of my coal black that I'm going to be using. Now I'm going to do something a little bit different today. I know that usually I'll squeeze out a little bit of coal black and I'll mix in some actual black to darken it. I'm going to try just going straight coal black, because I want it to be very blue, highlighting up to my blue-white, and then doing a black wash over top of it. I think that's going to be most effective since I haven't washed this model at all yet. I think that's going to be the best way to do it. Like, no, to be fair, Vergaderung, you've seen my tabletop standard when I'm aiming for it, and it only takes me about 4 hours, which is still admittedly a lie when it comes to the tabletop standard. I can batch paint minis. I can. It's more of a mental block than anything else. I did it on my clones, which I got done, which I posted a picture if you guys haven't seen the clones. And I feel like I achieved tabletop standard decently with them. Vergaderung, her face is still not done. I have her over here because at the same time that I go ahead and do a Zenithal on Red Skull, I'm going to do her face. But I mean, these guys are reasonably tabletop standard. I didn't spend forever on them. I did all the bases over the course of about an hour. I just talk shit. I'm going to do tabletop standard, then I spend 12 hours so that later on, see, it's a genius technique, then I can claim, well, this is my tabletop standard, this is my low effort, and it's actually like a really in-depth paint job. I am a barrel of lies, obfuscations, half-truths, and nonsense. I'm basically Obi-Wan Kenobi without the accent, or the lightsaber, or the handsomeness, or the forehead mole. So, you know, same thing. If they look good already, they're simple enough. Hey, you know, Samare, I have a tendency to overdo things. I really do, and I try to stop myself. I don't always succeed, but as long as I keep trying, eventually I might succeed. Who knows? Mixing up, or rather thinning down my coal black a little bit so I can get started. No, my wet palette's a little bit tired. It's getting a little swampy. That's okay. I'll replace it tonight. Rule a kingdom of deception from a throne of lies! What's up, Kursala? How you doing? Just figured out my next Marvel paint job. Shadowhawk 2C is Mr. Sinister. I could see that. I could get on board with that. Nope, that's the wrong brush. That's my shitty brush. This is the size 1 that I've had for so long that my hand has just started wearing off the coating on the metal part here. It's seen better days, but damn it, it still works. Sko Matt, I saw you in the chat. How you doing today, man? What you working on? You gotta be working on shit. I was supposed to send you a mask and I didn't do it. I'm getting that in the fucking mail tomorrow, man. I'm sorry about that. Because I want you to have something so you can use your airbrush. I'm good at forgetting to send things in the mail. It's one of my major skills. The back wing things that sold me. I guess I could kind of see that. Pez Motion. Howdy. How you doing, buddy? Good to see ya. So I'm just gonna start laying in my undercarriage color. We're all about the, for those of you who don't know, we are all about the undercarriage on this stream. I need some more clips. I gotta go in and make them, though. Isn't that always the thing? I think I'm gonna leave his toes orange. I don't think I'm gonna go blue on the toes. I just want to get inside the knees and a few other spots. What should I paint now? I don't know, Verg. You painted so damn much. I did. Yes, O'Coral. That is in the mail. Oh, I see. I see, Skomat, so it's my fault. I can respect a good turnaround. This might be a record for the amount of time that I spent. The ratio of me bullshitting to actually getting started painting. I feel like I got started quicker than I usually do. Maybe I should take a break and bullshit some more. I'm gonna break up the orange a little bit here and there. And go ahead and glorb paint where it doesn't belong while I'm at it. Why not? Who wants things to look professional? So we are doing a Regulan Hussar's paint scheme.
Go ahead and glorb that paint on anywhere.
Oh, I will.
Not like we're trying to get inside the lines or anything.
You know, it's one of the first things that I had Chaotic record for me. I wrote that one. I said, hey, record this for me. It'll be fun. My audience will be able to make fun of me. And as time goes on, it stings more and more. It feels worse and worse. Like, oh, Chaotic, oh god. I think Chaotic's streaming right now, isn't he? He's playing Mech Warrior Online. do these?
99 bottles
Will
of
look like
paint on the
cooling
wall,
fans.
99 bottles of paint.
Not quite 99.
Take one down, shake it around. 150 bottles of paint on the wall.
Yes. If I count the bottles of paint that are also under the desk, okay, fine. It's maybe a little bit of a sickness. What can I say? You know, everybody has their form of retail therapy, and buying paint is one of mine. I was like, you know what? It's going to be this new paint that makes the difference. It makes me a better painter. And it's bullshit every time. But it doesn't stop me from buying it. Is it a Kickstarter that's on right now for that Pro Acryl line? I've heard a lot of good things about that paint. I haven't used it. I'm considering jumping in if there is, in fact, a Kickstarter for it. I don't know if there is one now or if it already ended. Somebody linked it to me the other day. As I'm watching this, I'm actually working on the project that includes the TRO for the Tyrant, including the Tyrian/Centurion variant that you're working. No shit, Samare. Well, hey. Stream Elements is a bit late. Oh yeah, maybe a little bit. It's like, hey you guys. All you guys actively in the stream and already chatting? Did you know that Thunderhead just started streaming? Thank you, Stream Elements, you're so helpful. So, Stream Elements might be what I end up moving to from Streamlabs. I've heard good things about their OBS, their online OBS, the one that you don't have to run off of your actual PC. I'm going to wind up going through some technical changes here at some point in the near future, just as soon as I have the time to get around to it. Man, the spring is a lot of work on a big piece of property. Outside, but my forearms are all slashed to shit right now because I was pulling dead branches out of lilac bushes all day yesterday. And oh my god, yeah, I need to wear thicker sleeves if I'm going to do that because that thing got its revenge. But you gotta take out the dead branches, otherwise it just looks like a big pile of shit. Changes. You know, Pez Motion, you might have a point. It might have... It's been listening to me and it's like, I've got a good half hour before he does anything of substance. Hell, you probably have longer than that. I think because this is orange, leaning into the blue color and the coal black is going to be visually very effective. And not just because I always do that, but because it genuinely will be an effective color choice. Probably. Nothing super exciting on the printer today. I'm still printing more scatter terrain for Star Wars Legion. Go Clan Thunderskunk. I really have to revise that paint scheme. Oh, Coral, I'm embarrassed about that stream. I'll just say it. I'll just own it. Because I had this idea in my head of how it was going to look, and I was like, it's going to be awesome, this idea that I have. And as I went with it, I just didn't like it. I just didn't like how it was coming out. And you know, that'll happen sometimes. But I need to revise it, do another tester, and revisit it so that we can get that mech done for you. It seemed like such a good idea at the time, but that describes all of my bad ideas, so I probably shouldn't use that as an excuse. Now this Tyrant/Centurion is going to be part of a single lance for the Regulan Hussars that is going to consist of 2 trebuchets, a Centurion, and an Archer, I believe it is. I got the other ones printed, so I'll probably be doing those after this one. You know, I will. I'll send you an Annihilator, O'Coral. What? Tin Woodsman with the follow. There's a joke in there somewhere about how somebody who follows me really needs a brain, but why don't we just leave that one alone? Thank you so much for the follow, Tin Woodsman. I hope you're having fun. I generally am. Thanks for stopping in today, man. So I don't know how many new people we have today. I never do. But if you're new, and you are a mini painter, or a cross-stitcher, or a photographer, or an artist of any kind, or even not an artist, maybe you just have some interesting photos of something that's been going on to share. We have a pretty fantastic bit that we do at the end called The Storm Report. If you pop over onto the Discord and into the Storm Report channel and post your pictures, we will take a look at it towards the end of the stream and sort of talk about what we're seeing and criticize you endlessly and mercilessly.
Welcome, everyone, to Thunderhead Studios.
Rule number
where the
one.
only rule is
Please don't show me your genitals.
Please don't.
have fun, be safe, and above all,
Don't show them to me. For the love of God.
We have to have this rule because the Storm Report exists, and because we're on the internet, where if I say, post any picture you want, it will be someone's dick. And we just don't want that. We don't want that. We don't want to be booted off of Twitch. It's just probably going to happen inevitably, but we don't have to encourage it. You know? We don't have to tempt fate or hang dong. Not that I don't respect an actor who's willing to hang dong. I do. But we have, you know, tighter strictures on our on what content is permissible. Bionic Sheep, what's up? You could be new. What do you get? You could be, but you're not. And today the role of Cat will... No, you fucking wish, Oh Coral. In your wildest, weirdest dreams. No offense. No offense intended. Okay, maybe a touch of offense intended. I mean, judge harshly if you've been here a while, right? Oh no, we judge newbies harshly too, particularly if you're new. I'm gonna be cruel. I'm gonna make you cry. That's gonna be my goal, actually. No, come on. I don't judge anybody harshly. I judge honestly. And then I blow smoke up your ass. And keep the judgments to myself, except when I don't, which is some of the time. Colonel Matthew Steiner, welcome to the party, pal. Oh, I see what you did there. Ah, I'm gonna have to watch that movie now. Damn it. I think that's pretty good. Do a couple of the jointy bits on the elbow to match. Well, the other thing I could do is this whole chunk. I could do that whole bit. That might be a lot, though. I don't think I'm gonna leave that orange. I'm gonna do the little rotator here. There's a good amount of detail on these models. Well, thanks. Thanks, Bionic. I'm glad that we're so entertaining. Okay, alright. Credit where credit's due. O'Coral is kind of pulling a decent cat right now. Yeah, alright. What's up, Tremere? How you doing? Good to see you, man. So we are starting up with Greg the Salt Miner and a few other people a, what's it called, 7th Sea role-playing group that I don't know if any of it is going to be streamed. It might be posted to YouTube, but I am going to be playing a character in this, which should be a good time. Can't see the mech. Oh, I'm too high, aren't I? Thank you for letting me know. And we developed characters for it the other day, and we're going to be playing on Mondays. Well, that should be a good time. I haven't played an RPG in way too long. It's been years at this point. I have DM'd. But then if I lay out all the experience that I have with RPGs over the course of my life, the vast majority of it has been DMing. It's regular pirates. Howdy, howdy, howdy! Alright, alright, alright. What's up, Downslide? How you doing, my man? I believe the RPG is called 7th Sea, and it's like a magical version of 1600s Europe. Sort of, it was explained to me as like a cross between Pirates of the Caribbean and Princess Bride. And I wound up creating a character who, after I did it, I realized was basically just Commodore Norrington from Curse of the Black Pearl. Which, as I thought more about it, I was like, you know, I'm okay with that. Gypsy Queen, what's up? How you doing? Good to see ya. Look at that. Look at that rocket fist. Oh, that's, you know what? You get one of these.
Elbow rocket! Now!
Oh, I never get tired of that. I never get tired of that. Let me adjust my camera a little bit. I'm doing silly things. Yeah, that's a bit more like what I want, I think. And tilt myself up a little bit. And now I should avoid those problems. Such a good movie. I'll fucking fight you, Bionic Sheep. It had a great story, a fantastic story, the best damn story of any movie that has ever been made. Ever. Okay, maybe that's a little bit hyperbolic, but I like the story. It's, you know, Pre-Dawn Wilton. What's up, Pre-Dawn? Oh, can never get you. 0032. Where do you live, Pre-Dawn? What time zone are you in? Thank you so much, Gypsy Queen. I'm doing pretty good. It's been a little bit of a weird day, but you know, I got my feet back under me. There are a lot of weird days lately. It's all about how you handle it. Ah, our friends from across the pond. Well, thank you so much for making the time to join us. I'm going to go ahead and assume, literally no matter what the truth is, that you stayed up especially to catch this stream. That you inconvenienced yourself, your family, your neighbors, your mother, your father, everyone in your life. They were like, no, Pre-Dawn, you have to be asleep. And you said, fuck you, Thunderhead's on. It really doesn't matter what the truth is, because I'm going with that. So thank you so much for making it such a priority in your life to be here. But really, man, thanks for joining us. I appreciate it. I've got a lot of respect for the mini-painters from across the pond. What? The AMAX? Mom, shut up, Thunderhead's on. Mom! I'm watching my painting. Nah. That's a perfectly accurate imitation of AMAX, by the way. I do really good impressions, you guys. Of everyone, even the ones that I haven't heard. Came for giant fighty robots and got giant fighty robots. Well, yeah. Oh, you prefer Wilton? Okay, we can do that. We can go with Wilton. You know? And that way I can call you Pre-Dawn when I'm looking to piss you off. I like knowing what name you don't want to be called so that I have something I can tease you with. That goes for everyone. Please, tell me what irritates you, so that I can do it. For instance, it irritates Hethrir when he tries to troll me and I just say nothing at all. It's not that I don't see it, it's that I don't respect it. And I know that gets to him. No, because you asked for it. I'm not that easy to manipulate, O'Coral. I mean, I'm fairly easy to manipulate. But, you gave the game away, bro. You can't make it so easy on me. Super sleepy. Super sleepy AMAX, down in her white claw. When the fuck is the next time DLG is on? I missed his last stream too, and I'm starting to feel like just a total beehole. You know, more so than usual for not being there. Tomorrow AM. What are you making promises on my behalf for? I mean, that's fine, and definitely make more, particularly if I'm not going to live up to them, because his disappointment is like sweet, sweet nectar to me. But what the fuck? I always like it when you pop in, Gypsy. I really do appreciate it. National Book Day, and Gaunt's Ghost is the worst series ever. Hethra, you have to fucking try harder than that, man. That'd be more effective if you didn't, like, every time we're on voice or anything, you're just like, oh my god, I'm rereading Ghost for the 30th time. It's so sad when the Colonel goes to the Inquisition. By the way, that is a really, really sad part of the books. It upsets me every single time. The resolution of that arc upsets me. Like, I know that it's not necessarily bad writing. I am lots of fun, I'll have you know. Gypsy knows. Any friend of MCB is a friend of mine. Woo! I'm not gonna acknowledge that. Not what you said, Gypsy, what somebody else said. I'm not. We're moving on, you know? We've got more important things to do. I'm rewatching the Clone Wars. I know I told you guys that, but I just want to say, I forgot how fucking stupid the Zillow Beast episodes were. I just rewatched those last night, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna give it another chance, because the last time I watched it, I didn't like these episodes, but it's been a while. Maybe there's something I missed. No, those episodes are stupid. They're just dumb. And I say that as somebody who likes kaiju. Steiner Miniatures, this is a Tyrant from Metal Core Collectibles, which is essentially a Centurion-alike. But a really, really cool looking one, and a nice alternative from the MechWarrior Online short, squat, stumpy shield arm look. You know? Not that I don't like that one. I think everybody likes that one pretty well, but it's nice to have some alternatives. And I kind of like him a bit more live. This one looks more like the classic to me. Oh, Kursala, what could that be? I don't know, it's this odd little tube. If anyone can tell me what that little tube is supposed to be. Oh, you're so right, Samare. You really are absolutely correct. I'll pop that up in a second, O'Coral. The Clone Wars cartoon really, really drove home just how shitty the movies were. Because it showed that if you took the baseline that the movies created, if you took what they started and you continued it with competent writing, it was actually pretty good. Hell, in the Clone Wars, even the Gungans are tolerable. The Gungans! Jar Jar Binks himself is more tolerable. The B-1 battle droids, with their stupid comedy bits, are funnier. Turns out all you have to be is not shit at writing. That's really it, and you can feed us some garbage storylines and we'll still like it. What's up, Aeon Drummond? Good to see you, man. And yeah, the Griffin is a good all-around comparison, because it's your standard 55-tonner and almost everybody has one on hand. Because so many people picked up the starter box for Battletech. So here we go. Here's our Tyrant next to our Griffin. He's a little bit taller, but he's also standing slightly more erect than the Griffin is. The Griffin is squatting down a little bit more. And he's a little bit narrower. The Griffin's a bit thicker. Which actually fits with the original Centurion more. The original Centurion was kind of spindly. Oh, what the hell, Wet Palette? What are you doing to me? Don't curl up on the corner. Nobody wants that. One moment while I fix my palette, so that I don't ruin my paints. Needs more water.
Welcome back to 50 Shades of Coal Gray. And as he pulled his stiff bristles out of my wet fluids, I yelled out, "No, Thunderhead! You need to thin that paint first!"
He really does sound like that too when he's on the slab. It's pathetic. It's terrible. Tee-hee, erect. Yeah, turns out you just can't be Lucas, and Star Wars is good. You know, and, okay, I've said this a million times before. I'm going to go ahead and say it one more time, just so that we're at 1,000,001. But damn it, the sequels have made me appreciate what the prequels brought to the table so much more than I used to. And what they brought was heart, a real, fairly unique story that wasn't just a rehash of the original movies. And overarching clever plotline. It really does have one. The problem is in the actual individual execution. The problem is when George Lucas was like, no guys, I'm gonna write the dialogue for this love scene myself. And what we get is fucking Natalie Portman over and over just going, but I'm a senator and you're a Jedi, but I'm a senator and you're a Jedi. And fucking... I mean, yeah. And it had to pass through other people, also. I'm a senator, you're a Jedi. I watch you in the shower. Oh, that's so romantic. Like, what the fuck is happening? It was atrocious. Mr. Usanagi... Wait, is that right? Mr. Usanagi? Would that be the proper pronunciation for that? Feel free to correct me. Thank you so much for the follow, and welcome to the channel. Not that you haven't been here all along, but now you're officially one of us. Gooble gobble. Gooble gobble. I don't like sand. It's coarse, gritty, and irritating, and it gets everywhere. Not like here. Here everything is soft. And smooth. Oh my god, dialogue of the fucking century. My panties just flew off when I heard that. I was like, this is the man. This is the one that I want to make babies with. Stand back. We're having twins. That was probably the moment that Luke and Leia were conceived right there. Like, they never showed them actually having sex. That was probably it. She heard that and was just, ugh! And Luke was like, yeah, I want to go to Tashi Station and pick up some power converters. There's a bit of tomfoolery. There's always a little bit of tomfoolery around here, though. Who am I kidding? What's up, Commissar Iguana? Good to see you. How are things? So I don't know who might be new and who might not be new. I'm going to get like a macro set up so I don't have to keep doing this, but I would like to remind everyone that we have a pretty cool section towards the end of the stream called The Storm Report, where we take your pictures and we examine them. We examine them exhaustively and we criticize them and then we talk shit about them. No, I'm kidding. But we do look at what you've been working on, and we sort of talk about it. And you know, it's a good time. I like when people share their creativity with me. It really kind of makes this whole endeavor worthwhile for me. And it inspires me. So if you're working on anything today during the stream, if you worked on something before the stream, if you got a work in progress, if you have a final picture, you got an action shot, a game you've been playing, some photography you've done, some cross-stitch you've been working on, whatever it is, please pop over to the Discord. Jump into the Storm Report channel and share with us. You don't even have to stick around the Discord afterwards if you want. I'm not just trying to get numbers here, people. I'm trying to see what you're working on. Oh, this is a stupid idea. Hey, it didn't go completely wrong. Sweet. You both bitch a lot. That's most of what we do here, to be fair. PC been down since Monday. That's no good. I am not worthy. It was a bull shark with a Warhammer PPC on his... I was thinking there was something funny about it, but I couldn't quite put my finger on it. Oh, my hand is shaky today. That's interesting. In chat, I mentioned this earlier, but just one time. Would you do me a favor? Could we get a big ol' happy birthday in chat for Cyber Knight? It's the man's birthday today, guys. If it's not today, it's yesterday. Now I can't remember, and I probably should have looked at the specific day. It's one of these days in the last 48-hour period, or possibly right now. It's today. Okay, I thought it was today. I find it hard to believe that people are genuinely interested in anything I'm doing, Gypsy, but thank you so much. Happy Princess Day, Cybran. Look at that. Look at all that love. Look at all that love, Cybran. You do good work, man. And I know we had a couple people on Facebook asking when the Tyrant actually releases. Because people want to get their hands on this model, man. It's a good-looking model. It genuinely is. I'm not just blowing smoke. I'm blowing a little bit of smoke too, but nah, I always do that. They say don't blow a hot air, but what if hot air is the only thing you produce? You know, I gotta lean into my strengths. That is a decent start on those. I think that's pretty good for our undercarriage and weapon parts. And that breaks up the orange nicely from a few directions. He was. I think Cybran might just be lurking right now. So he probably didn't see all the text. Don't worry, I will tape his eyeballs open and make him watch the VOD later. Yeah, I figured he must be getting close. He has been working like non-stop getting the Tyrant parts produced and ready to ship out. Still set it so it still counts. Technically correct. The very best kind of correct. Alright, I'm gonna throw a wee little bit of not wolf gray. Not wolf gray. Where is my blue gray? Seriously, where is it? Here we go. My Vallejo game color ghost gray. He is in the Discord, Amax. If you want to go fucking annoy him, I'm going to neither condone nor condemn that behavior. Pixie Wing, can we get some hype up in here? Why do I do that? I can't sing. I'm not a singer. I'm not trained. I have sung a song from time to time, but not here. Good God. What's up, Pixie Wing? It's good to see you, man. Actually might have been a bit aggressive. But we don't half-ass anything here, except all the things we do. Which is a lot of them. Put a little bit of my matte medium in there. What is this song, and why does it sound like every Final Fantasy intro ever? Well, that's not what it is, so okay. Anybody been playing that Final Fantasy VII remake bullshit? Are they releasing that episodically? I've been paying no attention to it. Like, part of me is curious to dig into it at some point, because it's been fucking forever since I played FF7. I heard they were releasing it episodically. It is episodic? Okay, then I'm fucking waiting. I'm waiting for the whole thing to be out. I've been waiting a long-ass while. Yeah, Vergaderung, because I haven't been waiting a long-ass while already. At this point, I think I'm used to waiting for the Final Fantasy VII Remake. It ends, like, right after the first part of the game? Yeah, no, fuck that shit. I'm gonna wait. Play the whole thing. I don't like episodic releases like that, you guys. I really don't. They just bug me. on some level, I feel like, are you gonna finish this? Like, are you sure? Nothing's gonna happen halfway through and you're gonna just leave us with an unfinished game? Because that's possible. It probably won't happen, you know, Squeenix has a good amount of money. It's Squeenix that's doing it, right? Did they go through another merger? I haven't paid any attention to them in a long time. Raven Cat, what's up, Raven Cat? Always excited to see you. Raven Cat's here. We're probably going to get some interesting things in the Storm Report tonight. Raven Cat, you don't stream, do you? I guess I could have phrased that more positively as a do you stream as opposed to you don't do you. Tried a new technique, crashed, muddled through it, went a different direction. Ended up with random. Huh, okay. It's all about making the best of a shite situation, but that's just life, you know? The stuff they've added has been really good, and nothing has been like, WTFY. Well, that's good. Rarely stream video games, and sometimes speedrun. Okay, alright, alright. Just wondering, because you are a talented painter, and if you streamed painting... Not that I don't watch people play games, but I admit, when I'm on Twitch, I mostly watch painting. When I can find it. Been entertaining the idea of streaming. Is help set? That doesn't make any sense. It's probably because you put help dot. And it interpreted that as part of a URL. Yeah, Verk, do it, man. You're a good painter. I saw that Dazzle paint job that you did on your Off-Scout, and I am excited to see how that's come along. I think I saw you put at least one image of it in the Storm Report, so everybody's going to get to see it, and I'm psyched for that. And I agree with what you were saying. I think Dazzle Camo is maybe the one camo that makes the most sense for mechs, because it's one of those things like, you're not going to hide that it's there. It's just not going to happen. You're always going to be able to make it out. But what you can do with a mech is break up the profile and confuse rangefinders. Maybe not rangefinders, but, you know, the human eye, at the very least. I think it's one of the best camos you can apply to a mech. Because I admit, every time I see like a woodland camo mech, I'm always like, really? Really? It's like 50 feet tall, man. You're not... We know it's there, okay? Yeah, for anti-air, maybe. Help it blend in with the ground and stand out less. Because, yeah, you're right. For anti-air, because air is not going to catch the silhouette of the mech. But you know, some of the first painting I ever did was Warhammer 40k, and it was, I want to say back in the day, which is a meaningless phrase, but long enough ago that people weren't really doing dull color schemes or camo color schemes on Space Marines. They were still almost exclusively bright colors. And that's sort of the school of thought that I subscribed to with a lot of my models. At the time, it was lore-related for me, but over time, I don't know, I just feel like if I'm gonna put that much time into painting a miniature, I want it to stand out, you know? I don't really want it to blend in on the tabletop when you're standing 3 to 5 feet away from it. I want you to be able to see it. I want you to be able to see the details. And one of the best ways to do that is using bright colors. And props to your Dazzle camo, because it still makes the details pop out while looking cool. Go paint them little finny fins. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Raven Cat. Now, to be fair, I might not do the full 4 hours today. Just because it's entirely possible that I'm going to have to head out a little bit early to get some stuff done before a little bit of weather blows in, but I'm kind of waiting to see on that. If I do have to cut out early, we'll do the storm report early, and I'll make sure I let you know. Oopsies. I think you pulled it off really well, Verd. Did you have any luck applying that that thin down wash we were talking about? No, I have minis to prep. Are you going to be streaming later, Steiner? Well, get on it, man. Shit. I know that feeling, though. I always leave the minis that I'm going to be painting on the stream for whatever reason. I'm like, oh, I can prep those right before I go on, and then it'll be like half an hour before. I'm like, alright, let's get to work. Procrastination is one of many skills that I have. It's only part of what I bring to the table. Got the night off to paint, and I'm watching instead. E. Staley's, well, I appreciate you joining us, man. You have some talent, my friend. Every time you post something, I'm excited. You have an eye for bright colors, and that is something that appeals to me a lot as a painter. Effective bright colors and good color choices. Really like your Jade Falcons, man. I am a huge fan of how that paint job came out. This fucking music makes me want to, like, jazzercise. Dude, just do this dance just over and over. Alright, right there. That's it. Alright, I'm gonna stop that now. Yes, I do. Just smoked a cigar with the wife and sipped whiskey, so yeah, that'll slow things down a little bit. What have you got so far, Roland? I try a Jade Falcon Timberwolf. 3 unpainted mechs left. Go with 2 camo trials. Give up on comic stones. You get a finer lining brush. Yeah, particularly for comic styles, you really want a nice fine brush that you can do panel lining with easily. It just, you know, I'm a big believer in the, if you are artistic enough, you can do anything with any tool. And well, this is technically true. There's also something to be said for using the right tool for the job. You know? There's nothing wrong with that. Howdy, howdy, howdy. What's up, Sentient Pickle? How you doing, man? Shadowhawk, Dervish, Thunderbolt. What would go well with that? That is kind of funny, isn't it? Where can we see these Jade Falcons? We're talking about E. Staley's. E. Staley's, did you do me a favor? And if you haven't, I believe you have, but it's probably a little ways in the past. Pop out of the Discord and post those Jade Falcons, either in the Storm Report, which I welcome, or in the Showcase, because I'd like more people to see them. You really did a great job on them. I know they're also on Facebook, but I try not to push Facebook, because Facebook is the devil. literally the devil. And not in like a cool, fun way. Highlight's a bit thicker than I wanted. Brush is being mildly uncooperative. I think we can make it work, though. Happy little accidents. Remember, happy little accidents. We just lean into it. Steiner Miniatures continuing the gift sub. Thank you so much. I don't know why it doesn't have a notification for that. But it popped up over here. Look at that hype. Look at all that hype. You know what? You get one of these too. God, I love that. I need to correct my tip here. It's going a little wild. Well, we don't have a chainsaw dick emote now, do we? I mean, you can have one anyway. Like I'm gonna pass up an opportunity for a chainsaw dick. Come on, you know me better than that, probably. Or if you don't, now you do.
Welcome, everyone, to Thunderhead Studios, where the only rule is...
Please don't show me your genitals.
Have fun,
Please don't.
be safe, and above all...
Don't show them to me.
Unless
For
they're a
the love of
chainsaw.
God.
Unless they're a chainsaw. Let's go ahead and add that caveat if you have a chainsaw in your pants. I want to know. I'm curious. How did it happen? At what age did this start? I can only think of one other cinematic example of... It probably wasn't actually a chainsaw. But in Space Truckers, the space pirate leader did have a pull start wang. That did happen. Good old Space Truckers. What a classic. Steven Dorff back before his career really took off. Oh, wait! It never really did. Oh. Okay. Now that was not a chainsaw dick. That was a gun dick with revolver nuts. Samir, you should try hard to forget that entire goofy-ass movie. And Ice Pirates had the cock chomper. It did have that. I don't think it had a chainsaw, but it was like a big castration chomper, which always seemed a bit severe to me on the eunuch assembly line. Also, a eunuch assembly line. How about that? And space herpes. Oh, he posted them up. Yeah, they are great, aren't they? He did a fantastic job on them. Cyber Knight, I appreciate how large you make the LRM tubes. They're much easier to paint than some other models' LRMs. What you working on tonight, Steiner Miniatures? You said you're prepping something. I'm curious what you're prepping. Ice Pirates is a classic. Not just was, is. Yeah, that's definitely a trick to the printing process. If you make details too small, they simply won't exist when you then go to print it out. Something I learned fairly early on. I'm thinking about, I gotta get a little bit better at doing rounded details in 3D modeling. I'm decent at hard lines, but not as good at rounded details. And, I think I'm gonna start by trying to produce some heads for Star Wars Legion. Specifically because I want to run pretty much all my clones as Phase 1. And I still want to use the Phase 2 clone troopers because they have good rules. So I was thinking, what else could I do to make them like same stats and just have them look different? And I thought of the Senate Commandos from Clone Wars. They had like kind of Corinthian style versions of the helmet. Holy shit. Look at this bullshit right here. Chaotic Harmony with the fucking raid. Why do I even put up with this crap? Intolerable. Chaotic Harmony. He didn't forget this time. My god. How you doing, man? I saw you over there. You playing some MWO? You sucking as usual? He's terrible at that game. I've watched him play.
To 50 Shades of Cold Gray.
Oh, god.
Chapter 2. And as I lay on the cold, unforgiving table, my liquid spewing out from beneath me across the polished surface, I look up to see Thunderhead shaking his head, eyes alight with disappointment
Alight
as he cleans his brush.
With disappointment, as they always are when Chaotic is involved. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, coming over from Chaotic Harmony's stream. Welcome to the massive pile of disappointment, shame, and broken dreams that is Thunderhead Studio. We have more Chaotic Harmony here than I'm frankly comfortable with. You're probably gonna get some of it if you stick around. What was I saying? Oh yeah, that's right. Chaotic is terrible at MWO. I watch him play, and it's embarrassing, frankly. I'd play so much better than him. So much better, it's sick. I don't. I'm terrible at that game. I never play it. Do you have a good stream, Chaotic? Oh, I'm gonna like the storm. Oh god, did you put more stuff in it? Okay, so he keeps doing this. Those of you who just showed up, we have a little bit here on this stream that I rather enjoy called, we're actually looking for a better name, The Storm Report. It started off as just stream review. And what it is it's a channel on the Discord where if you are a creative of any type, or even if you just want to share something, you can pop into that channel and post a picture, and towards the end of the stream, we go ahead and we take a look at what you've been working on or what you're sharing. And Chaotic Harmony recently has enjoyed posting voice clips and strange things that he does with that lovely, lovely voice of his. And we listen to it. Oh god, do we ever listen to it. 3 months of chaos from O'Coral. Thank you so much. God, every time I see the renewed subscriptions, I'm shocked at how long this has been going on. How long this nightmare has endured. So for those of you who don't know, what we are working on today is not an official Battletech mini, but rather an unofficial variant from Metal Core Collectibles, which is run by one of our very own viewers, Cybern Knight. It is his birthday today, by the way. Chaotic, if you haven't wished a happy birthday to Cybern Knight, you should. You very much should. But it is an effective stand-in for the Battletech Centurion, in that on its right arm it has the equivalent of an AC-10, and then in its torso...
There's something about Canopian cat girls that give me that warm, fuzzy feeling. Maybe it's just my allergies.
This is just how things go around here. It's basically just me getting bitched at and berated by Chaotic Harmony's pre-recorded voice clips. But if you've been in his stream, you know just how that feels, though they're not as pre-recorded over there. But yes, this is an effective stand-in for the CN9 Centurion, which is what we're painting it to be as part of a Regulan Hussar's lance. Thus, orange, and lots of orange. Glad you had a good stream, Chaotic. I got to pop in briefly a little while ago. I didn't have a chance to stick around. I was getting prepped for this. You know how it is. Good old CN9A. Yeah, the CN9A is it's a classic. But yeah, if you yourself have anything you'd like to share, Battletech related or not, we do all kinds of stuff on this channel, all sorts of mini painting, all sorts of fun stuff, though I gotta say, if it's giant robot related, I'm definitely gonna like that. Who's the sculptor slash printer?
I painted on some metallics. Bitches love metallics.
Bitches love metallics. Witch Doctor, if you hit exclamation point model, I believe the command is, it should go ahead and give you a link over to Metal Core Collectibles. This model is not available for purchase as yet, but it will be, I'm talking like within days. Cyber Knight has been producing lots and lots of these kits, and he's got multiple variants too, so if you're interested in a Centurion variant, he probably has that for you also. Bitches love metallics. Carla Reynolds, good to see ya. How you doing? Yeah, that should be an accurate link. And for those of you just joining us, we also use a bunch of clips, or at least I use, because it amuses me, a bunch of clips from the greatest movie ever made, A Robot Jox. The greatest movie ever made! Let's just admit that that's the truth. Yeah, you go shower Chaotic Harmony, you dirty, dirty boy. Ugh. Disgusting. Vile. How do I use magic, Steiner Miniatures. I click my heels together. I think Star Wars Episode 7 is the best movie ever made. Woo-hoo-hoo. I'm Chaotic Harmony and I like to troll. For those of you who've been watching Chaotic Harmony stream, you know that that is a perfectly accurate imitation of his mannerisms and voice. I do really good imitations, you guys. Really, really good. It's probably a little bit more relaxed in here than it is during a hardcore game of MechWarrior Online, but if you guys like mechs, oh, we've got mech content for you. Oh, we've got that covered. Most of the time. I do a mix of different painting streams, depending on what I'm feeling. I've been doing a lot of Star Wars lately. A lot of Star Wars, which is why I've mixed in a little bit of the old razzle-dazzle.
Hello there.
Most of the chaos we get here is from Chaotic Harmony himself, which seems apropos. Doesn't it just? Like, I say it out loud, and I'm like, well, of course that's where it comes from. Want to see the heavy gear? We got some of that, East Dailies. I need to... So, I'm working on getting my boys based. Ah, shit, what did I do with my, Jaegers? I've only got these two Hunters to hand. I put the Jaegers on, I think they're out in the garage right now. But these are the two guys that I got built on the stream in addition to the other ones that I got put together recently. We're going to be doing some heavy gear over the next few streams. I'm going to be getting 8 gears painted so that we can do a little bit of stompy robot shooty shoot punch stab, which is of course what most of this is leading into. Ultimately, I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with heavy gear, but it's a good time. Base before painting, like base decor chef tig, that depends on a number of factors. Sometimes I do all the basing, attach the model, and paint the whole thing at the same time. Sometimes I'll do the bases separately from the model, paint the mini, and then glue the model down to the base. My default and my favorite way to do bases... What? 2 months? I gotta check my notifications. I don't know why it keeps doing that. It has not done that until today. Carla Reynolds with the re-up riding the lightning. Thank you so much for the support. Come down after the plague times and play. There's going to be a lot of traveling for some dice rolling in the near future. Let's be real here. The Matsumoto 14 is one of the best looking man-walker mecha ever designed. God damn, is that ever true? Have I got just a nice clear shot of the Matsumoto? I don't think I do, but you know what I do have? One of those right there for you. The Matsumoto is a sexy machine. And I agree. I like the was it the Kovalevsky? It's a good looking one too. It looks like a cosmonaut suit. Dibs on first travel for dice rolling. Well, that's because you're also offering ribs, and I confess the path to my heart is through my
Welcome,
stomach.
everyone, to Thunderhead Studios, where the only rule is
Please don't show me your genitals.
have fun, be safe, and above all,
Don't show them to me. For the love of God.
So y'all know this has been one of Chaotic's favorite... Oh god, I fucked that all up. One of Chaotic's favorite pastimes recently has been catching me when I say silly things, and then playing them back to me. And then they wind up as clips on my own stream. It's a strange cycle. I'm gonna have to redo this whole vent. Oh, it's all fucked up. That's what I get for not paying attention.
I suppose you could just go ahead and glorb that paint on anywhere.
Oh, I
It's
will.
not like we're trying to get inside the lines or anything.
Oh, I will, Chaotic. You bastard, you. One of these days, Chaotic. Pow! Zoom! Straight to the moon. And see, it's fun, because it's like you're criticizing me, but all I hear is Chaotic, and I blame him. And occasionally I'll blame O'Coral, because most of the time it's his fault. Like right there, that was also O'Coral. Yeah, the legs never really came together for the Kovalevsky. If you look at the concept art for the Kovalevsky, it looked a lot better, particularly the four-legged version. The concept art for the four-legged version is pure sex. It looks like a big-ass spider or a crab monster, like it would scuttle from side to side and be really, really hard to fight. But the final rendition they did in the movie did not capture that at all. It just looked like, oh, well, that shouldn't be able to walk. Sticking an extra set of hips on the outside of your hips. Avash, continuing the gift sub. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you've been having enough fun to keep going. Don't post food pics to the... I mean, okay. You can post food pics to the Storm Report, but I'm going to complain about it. And, you know, that may or may not drive you, motivate you, or otherwise. You may care. You may not care. You may think, fuck you, Thunderhead, I want you to suffer, in which case, yeah, go ahead. Which is why half the time it's Hethrir. Because that is his primary motivation, is making me suffer. I have to blackline that a bit, but that's okay. Do I have an oven yet? First of all, Necrobob, good to see you, man. I didn't see you there. And yes, the oven is working again, and I'm eating all the oven pizza in the world. That's why you can't find it at your local supermarket. I bought all of it. In before someone's like, ew, oven pizzas are gross. Nobody likes those. Yeah, well, fucking, I'll take your Chef Boyardee too. How about that? And by the way, we are very, very question-friendly here in the stream. Anybody who's new, who has any curiosities about the stream, about the model, about painting, about what I'm painting right now, about just painting in general. Are you getting started? Are you interested? If you have any curiosities about 3D printing, I do a lot of that too. Please, feel free to ask. I can't guarantee that I'll answer every single question, but if I catch it in chat, I'll do my best. I do a lot of 3D printing. This is one of the first models I painted. Well, no, I was about to lie to you. I was about to just lie right to your face, so I'm not going to finish that sentence. Red Baron Thin Crust. I like cheap pizza, you guys. I do. I like cheap-ass, terrible pizza. I'm not a proud man. Oh, even more 3D printing coming up. O'Coral's right about that. Probably what's going to be on the plate for a little while are going to be projects being done for O'Coral. We're arranging a little bit of a dirty backroom deal. I can't. I wouldn't ask. I wouldn't even try to explain it, Aeon Drummond. It is exclamation point STL is what you're looking for, Witch Doctor. This has been some kind of weak highlighting, if I'm being honest, but that pass is done. I'm going to go a little bit lighter. I think the black wash is going to save all of my work here. Nothing too exciting today. I'm just finishing off some scatter terrain for Star Wars Legion, which I've been starting to play again lately. I played Star Wars Legion when it first came out, and I play-tested a bunch of stuff for FFG back in the day. And then when I moved, I got out of it again. And now I'm back. Gonna be dirty, alright. Getting all my Star... Yeah, that's right. Got some... And you know, that's one of the reasons I want to go ahead and get all of it, is I hate unpainted plastic. I really, it just drives me crazy. It's just sitting in somebody's closet. And not because I feel like for the plastic it's inanimate, but I don't like when people buy a bunch of minis, and I understand it because I do it too. I've bought plenty of things and then they just sit on the shelf and I never get around to them. But that's just it. I know how that feels. It feels shitty, even though it's not really a problem. And I'd like to save you from that. If you're going to have a bunch of plastic, I want you to have a bunch of plastic that you want to have. So we'll see if we can't fix that for you, O'Coral. Oh yeah, Raven Cat? No shit. What games? Out of curiosity. I know that there are certain things that you can't talk about as per non-disclosure agreements. But generally you're able to disclose which game, particularly a while after it's happened. Primarily X-Wing. X-Wing's a great game. Obviously, a lot of people enjoy it. It's pretty popular, even the version 2. I haven't touched version 2 of X-Wing. I played a lot of version 1. I remember when version 2 came out, I was in a real bitter place about FFG at the time, because they killed Rune Wars, which, oh my god, you guys, I fucking loved Rune Wars. I know it did not get a lot of love. I know a lot of people make fun of the minis and the look, and, oh, it's just generic fantasy, but oh my god, the game system, the mechanics of that game were amazing. So good! And I play-tested almost everything for Rune Wars. If you go into any of the... If you can still find Rune Wars minis, and you go into almost any of the books, you will find my name in there. No, the release schedule was not my fault, though. That was them fucking up. That was not me. I take no responsibility for FFG killing that game with slow roll releases. Did it? I know that a lot of people have reported negative experiences with version 2 of X-Wing, but I've heard just as many good experiences. I don't have any experience myself, so I can't comment. I thought I had that turned off. Pardon if you get any pings from my Telegram. That wasn't supposed to be happening. Credit where credit is due. Mass production painted miniatures for X-Wing are actually... Oh yeah, okay, as far as mass production miniatures that are already painted, it's real hard to argue with what X-Wing produced. For the price, it's like, holy shit. Now, it seems like FFG is trying to be taken more seriously as a miniature game producer, though, with Legion. What with moving into styrene sprues and everything. I still wish that they had stuck.
Sexy battle mechs, sexy streamers, and sexy Solaris cheerleaders? Well, Thunderhead Stream has some of those things. And more.
And more. That's the most important part right there. Just occurred to me that this mech only has 4 fingers. Haven't played, was it Heroes of the Aturi Cluster? Yeah. I need to dig back into that. I'm becoming, you know, I had a real bitter... I just realized now, I've gone through the cycle enough times, that when I get about a game where I'm like, oh, fuck this game, I'm mad at the people who make it, I'm not going to play it anymore, derby-derby-derby-doo, it's a phase that I'm going through. And it's just because I'm a big fucking nerd, and You know, we have our opinions, and if things aren't just the way we like them to be, we get upset because we feel ownership over these properties. And I'm making fun of myself right now, guys, because I get that way too. But the older I get, the more I realize it's just nonsense. I'm gonna come back to it eventually. A few particular properties I always come back to no matter how mad I get at them. Battletech is one, Star Wars is another. So, you know, here I am again. After swearing off Star Wars, I'm like, have you guys heard about Mandalorian Season 2? It's got Michael Biehn in it, which is an accurate impression of how I talk. I was talking about basing. Oh shit, Chef Tig, thank you for reminding me. Picked up any Eagle Moss models or Battlestar Galactica? I have not. I haven't, but I do like Battlestar Galactica, particularly the newer designs. Yeah, I do. I definitely do. I try to get to everybody's questions. I do, and I try not to forget anybody. And usually I'm pretty good about coming back to a subject, but sometimes not so much. Regarding basing, my preferred method, Chef Tig. And this method is actually... I gotta fix my brush. This method is born of my indecision most of the time. In the sense that I will base a whole army, and then later on I'll be like, I don't really like that basing job. I wish I could redo it. So what I'll tend to do is I will paint the base and the miniature separately. And then once they're both done, I will glue them together. And I will clear coat the whole thing. And what this lets me do is very easily go in with a hobby blade later and just pop the mini right off the base and glue it down onto a new one. Now, it's a preference thing, because there might be some things that you can't really do by painting the base separately. But, I mean, I've had good luck with it so far. It also lets me focus more on the base and not worry about getting smudges and what have you on the feet of the miniature. But it depends on the model. For a lot of Battletech, I'll go ahead and base them. If I'm doing like a big army of something too, like I just don't care that much, I'll go ahead and assemble the whole thing and then paint it, just because it's one fewer step to go through during assembly. When painting Obi-Wan, did it come attached already? Did you have to ask, where's the Rebel? Oh, why did I read that out loud? Son of a... You... Oh,
Take a seat, young Skywalker.
Fucking just got me. Real good. I'm embarrassed. Oh, good lord. Every now and then, I'll just fall face first right into it. It's terrible. Pre-painted die-cast models for around $80 each. Woo! Biddies for the pickle. He deserves them. I'll send those. I'll forward those biddies. I won't forward the biddies. That was terrible. Ooh, just annihilated me.
Not to worry, we are still flying half a ship.
I'll just go ahead and miss what you're trying to paint there, no big deal. So coming over from Chaotic Harmony stream, assuming any of you have stuck around this long, which, frankly, I'd be a little bit surprised. Any of y'all painters, or are we primarily MechWarrior Online fans? If there's any painters among you, I'd love to know. And if you're not a painter, get the I'm kidding, no, stick around. I'm just an asshole, that's all. And if you've stuck around this long, welcome. I hope you've been enjoying yourself, though maybe you're just AFK. I do that a lot. I'll start to watch a stream, and I'll go start doing something else, and then I come back. I've been, like, raided, and he's been hosting for, like, 3 hours. And I'm like, who the hell is this person? Why are they so ugly? Ugh. And then I realize I'm watching one of my own replays. Oh, God, it's terrible. You know, I'll remind me, Steiner Miniatures. It took a little bit of doing, but I like having them. What other ones do I have from? I got some Star Wars ones. Oh, this is a classic.
Do it. Do it.
Oh, now it's not playing properly. Okay, what else do I have? Of course I do. Wait, we got more. No. I forget that I have the Star Wars ones, honestly, because I don't push the buttons enough.
This is where the fun begins.
And then, of course, I've got some essentials.
Like I told my last wife, I says, honey, I never drive faster than I can see. Besides that, it's all in the reflexes.
Classics. Classics. I keep meaning to get some RoboCop up in here.
Welcome back to 50 Shades of Coal Gray.
Ooh.
And as he pulled his stiff bristles out of my wet fluids, I yelled out, "No, Thunderhead! You need to thin that paint first!"
Every time that clip plays, I feel like a little bit worse of a person. I guess maybe that's the point. Maybe that was the goal all along. Ian is the nicest guy in film. You're talking about Ian McDermott? I would believe that. What's up, Gnisk? How you doing? Sample text IVI with the follow. We have some generic names in this chat, but that might take the cake. The Busy Builder with the follow. You know what it was? It was the Ian McDermott that did it. I need to play more Ian McDermott. That'll get me follows. Maybe it was the Jack Burton. Was it the Jack Burton? Because I could put more Jack Burton in here. What else do I have? I got a button here. I forgot what it did. That did nothing. That does nothing too.
I never thought
here we go.
that I would say this.
Thank you, Sample
But
Text.
I'm glad to see you. Very glad.
I fucking love that movie. I really do. Where's my missiles? I never get tired of it. I really just don't. Now, to be fair, it's not like there are many live-action options for those of us who are a fan of battle mechs. There's pretty much Robot Jocks and, Robot Jocks, yeah? Oh, I forgot. There's, Robot Jocks? Yeah. That's where we're at with that. Used to paint Warhammer 40k back in the day. Haven't painted for a while, huh? I consider picking it back up, man. Painting is it's so hot right now. Everybody's all about painting. That's smelling toast. You smelling toast too. Seek medical attention, O'Coral. Yeah, okay. I should mention Pacific Rim. I mean, how could I not? Kursala, if I count Robot Wars, I have to count Crash and Burn, and that interrupts my attempt to forget that those movies happened. I'm not gonna read that. Because fuck that movie. I'm not gonna get as angry about it in this particular stream as I have in the past, but in case anyone doesn't know, let's just say, I love Pacific Rim. I really, unironically, fucking love that movie. And I hate Pacific Rim, too. I hate it with a burning passion. But Thunderhead, what's the difference? Guillermo del Toro. That's the difference. Severe overacting during Robot War. Well, yeah, that and some others. A hot take on Pacific Rim. Do you want a hot take on Pacific Rim 2 Chaotic Harmony? It was a delightful film, filled with wonderful acting and great storytelling. I really loved the part when the giant robot kick-flipped off the side of a building. Like that would ever fucking work. See, I have to act like an asshole like that when I say it, because that's the only way those words will come out of my mouth. Well, see, it's the opposite. It's not a hot take to say that it was a piece of shit that never should have been made. That it was an embarrassing besmirchment of the careers of literally every actor in it, including Charlie Kelly, who has a career made on making an asshole out of himself. I said Charlie Kelly, I meant Charlie Day. I named him as his character, and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Shit, it did, didn't it? God damn it. Why do I put myself on camera when I know I'm just going to do things like this? Crash and burn. Yeah, it had nothing. It had nothing. Nothing in it at all. Roland, I respect your opinion. And you can say that you don't like, or even hate, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. You're allowed to say that. But that is as far as that is permitted to go. Because I will fight someone over the brilliance of Danny DeVito. I'll do it. I will fucking go to fisticuffs for that man. It's morphin' time. Yeah, now we're talking about some good shows. Fucking Power Rangers. I have the urge lately to go back and rewatch Lightspeed Rescue. For that Titanium Ranger, baby. You know, the Titanium Ranger was the first of the American exclusive Rangers. The first one that we made up. I say we, I mean Bandai. Or, it's not Bandai, Saban. I say first also as if there were a bunch more. I think there was like one more. There was like the Spirit Rangers or something like that. So it didn't really happen again. But up until then, every single Ranger was an adaptation of an original Japanese Ranger. But we made up the Titanium Ranger, and it was cool. You may disagree with that, and that's your right. But also, shut the hell up. So anyways, I started blasting. Oh, God. Hyperforce Rangers. Were the Hyperforce Rangers original? That was much later, though. The best Power Rangers was the short film with Starbuck and the Bee... What? Wait, huh? Oh, I know the one you're talking about. Yeah, Beekman. That one was brutal, man. I remember that one. That was the one where the Black Ranger used his... What was his dance fighting that he invented? It was like Jazz Kundo or some fucking stupid name like that. I don't remember the name of it now. But it was like his whole shtick. And he just like annihilated some dudes while doing dance moves. Yeah, that was cool. That was cool. I didn't hate the new Power Rangers movie, the one that came out a couple years back. I say a couple years, it was like, it was a handful of years. Or possibly more. I lose track of time as I get older. I didn't hate it. Like, okay, there were vast parts of it that were pretty pointless. But, I don't know, parts of it were fun. The Megazord was a disappointment. It really was. We didn't even get a good transformation sequence, and that's half the reason I watch Power Rangers. Well, yeah, Pacific Rim had so many homages to Power Rangers in it, it's kind of disgusting. But, I mean, Pacific Rim 1 was a love letter written to a childhood spent watching Super Sentai and Ultraman and, you know, Johnny Sacco and shit like that. And Pacific Rim 2 was a love letter to money. And I don't know, that just didn't quite grab me as much, you know? It was a love letter to Chinese money. Did you notice how in Pacific Rim 2, all of the good guys were beautiful Chinese models? And how they brutally and ignominiously killed the only Japanese character in the movie for no reason other than to replace her with a Chinese model. God, I hated that movie. Alright, what am I missing? Oh, I know what I'm missing. And yes, in case you didn't know, almost all the production money on Pacific Rim 2 came from Chinese production companies. Which seems to be why all that happened. That and Stephen S. DeKnight, as much as I enjoy some of his television work for like Buffy and whatnot, what a fucking asshole for making that movie. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and heap some blame onto John Boyega while I'm at it. I don't even mind John Boyega. I think he's done a lot of really cool stuff. I enjoyed, oh god, what happened to my screen? Hang on, let me reset my chat screen here, because it just went kind of crazy. Oh, it's restarting itself. Hooray! I know there are a lot of Power Rangers comics. I never got into them when the run was on. Attack the Block. Thank you, Roland. I liked Attack the Block. That was a cool movie. That was a very cool movie. And John Boyega was good in it. Unfortunately, John Boyega also put up a lot of the money for Pacific Rim 2. And if you listen to the interviews, he was one of the guys who was saying, I don't think that the mechs move fast enough. They need to move faster like they're doing Kung Fu. And I want to reach through the internet and strangle him for those comments. Because one of the best things about Pacific Rim was the weight that the unrealistic giant humanoid mechs seemed to have based on the speed of their movement. Furthermore, it just represents a fundamental misunderstanding of scale. Because yeah, if I, as a human being, throw a punch, and my arm is, say, 3 feet long, then I'm accelerating my fist from one position. No, don't do that. Go to the damn chat. What? Go to the dashboard. Stop being an idiot. Machine. Curse you. Okay, now it should theoretically be working. Maybe? Maybe I'll have to look up at the other screen for the rest of the stream. Who knows? Maybe my computer just ate itself alive. But okay, so if I accelerate my fist in a standard punch approximately 3 feet, it would be a little bit less than that, but still. From here to here, and that's the speed it's going, that's all well and good, that's 3 feet. If a machine that has a 30-foot long arm is accelerating its fist from here to here, that is a much greater distance. And even if it appears to be moving slower, it would in fact be moving quite fast. But John Boyega didn't think it looked cool enough, so we got bullshit. Yeah, I don't know what the hell this my chat screen is doing. Let's do another reset, why don't we, guy? Since you're eating yourself alive today. Apple products, I swear. I want someone to do a good G.I. Joe adaptation. I didn't think that the second of the two kind of terrible movies they did was really all that bad. At least it was more entertaining than the first one. And it seemed to verbally recognize many of the mistakes that the first one made. By killing off Duke and Destro, like, almost immediately. And then introducing some new characters. And then dropping things on us like hiss tanks and shit. I feel like it was maybe a bit more self-aware. I need my Army Painter Dark Tone. Where did I put it? It's in front of me. I just used it. It's not on the shelf where it belongs. It's over here. Excellent. I'm going to go ahead and throw a black wash over these parts that I've been highlighting, and I'm going to move on to highlighting some orange. Are we working now? You going to show me my chat? I think it's working. It'd be nice if you'd show me my chat. Hey, there we go. Now I can see what you're saying again. Highlight some porridge. That's not what I said. Hate me if you want. I love that first G.I. Joe movie. G.I. Joe. Ooh, that could have gotten weird real fast. G.I. Joe movie. Especially Chris Eccleston as Destro. And the reveal at the end of Cobra Commander. Yeah, but it was better when they were just like, nah, Cobra Commander's in charge. Now, removing Chris Eccleston from the movie, I'm not going to defend that. I like Chris Eccleston. But the goofy accelerator suits that the Joes had were really silly. Not that everything about G.I. Joe isn't silly. Let's just get that out of the way right now. Everything about the very premise is, in fact, silly. Silliness defines the property. It's designed to sell toys. But the suits were a bit much. They focused way too much of the movie on that. killing Hitler is half the battle. G.I. Jew. Wow. Wow. That's... I don't... Would that... That seems like... I don't think that's going to get me kicked off of Twitch, but it's not going to win me any awards either. I don't know. I don't know. I admit that it's a bit much. There's a hard J in there. Fucking God, why do I say things when I know Chaotic Harmony's around? He's absolutely going to get me a TOS violation one of these days. Maybe today. Maybe it just happened. Ladies and gentlemen, you may have just witnessed the end of Thunderhead. I don't think you can claim that what I just said was anti-Semitic, though. If anything, it was pro-Semitic.
It's more about how you feel about something. I'm gonna have to start charging you 50 C-bills per hour so I can listen to it.
Yee. I gotta stop. I gotta stop just reading whatever's in my chat. I gotta start thinking about what the words actually say. Or I'm gonna be in some trouble. Yeah, right? It's pro-Semitic. It's the opposite of anti-Semitic. G.I. Jew is empowering. I gotta stop dropping hard J's. There's probably an algorithm out there that's like, oh, this guy, right now, right here. Awesome. Thank you, Chef Tig. You might have just saved my fucking ass. You might have just ironically saved my bacon. And to be fair, it is a show about busting up Nazis, right? In theory. Everybody likes that. If Hogan's Heroes can get away with it, why can't I? Hell, Danger 5 got away with way worse than that. Of course, Danger 5 also got canceled, but that's not the point. Captain America punched Hitler's in the... See, that's all I'm saying. Samir, I'm not saying anything controversial. I'm not saying anything overblown. All I'm saying is, I'm basically Captain America. That's it. I mean, who can really argue with that? You saw that movie, The First Avenger? It was about me, essentially. Essentially. Exactly. Wait, what? Just agree. Just agree. It's fine. My hairline argues with... Dude, everything about my face argues with that. Nobody is as good looking as Chris Evans. I mean, holy shit. How can I even hope to compare with that? That's just nonsense. If this guy showed up to my house and was just like, I'm taking your wife, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. That's fine. Okay. I see the likeness. Yeah. Fine, Chaotic Harmony, maybe I'm not. But if they combined the two of us into one, you know, Voltron or Fusion Dance style, then we would be, right? No, we'd be fatter and hairier than anyone in the goddamn... We'd set a new record. Between your hobbit hands and my hobbit feet, we would just be one hairy motherfucker. You know, O'Coral has a point. Look at what happens when Cat isn't around. We ride the line of anti-Semitism.
The cat, you're gonna get the BAP.
Oh God, you guys. Okay, so I don't look like Captain America. Fine. Fine. I'll accept that. But you're no Chris Hemsworth either. Other person. You're not even a Paul Rudd, probably. I see you more as Pops on Speed Race. Oh, God. What was the name of the monkey? I don't remember the name of it. It had a name. Is it Chim Chim? Chim Chim. Chaotic Harmony's more like Chim Chim. Roland, I love you. Ninjas. More like nanjas. It's terrible what passes for a ninja these days. Well, that's just nonsense, Okoro. For the record, I quite enjoyed that movie. That Speed Racer movie, I've watched it multiple times, and I've enjoyed it each time. You know, so whatever the hell that means. Yes, Roland, me too. All the way up to John Goodman fucking wrestling ninjas and throwing them through windows and shit. Like, that was amazing. Are we allowed to talk about past drug use on Twitch? Is that a thing we're permitted to discuss? I'd like someone to tell me. Not promoting it in any way, not glorifying it, but just saying, hey, one time I did X. Yes? There's a question mark at the end of that. That doesn't tell me shit. Well, yes. Then as a cautionary tale, let's just say, I watched Speed Racer on mushrooms. Don't watch Speed Racer on mushrooms. It's, well, it's intense. Particularly that scene at the end when he wins the race and the whole screen curls in on itself and everything becomes the, like, yellow and red check marks as he flies through. Like, just don't fucking do it. It's rough. I also, that same night... Well, that was actually... You know what? That was better than when I first tried to watch that night. The first thing I tried to watch was Dread, and that destroyed me. I was... inconsolable. Silver Demise knows where it's at. Dude, it was... Oh, okay, yeah, Dread was particularly bad. Dread was... It was just way too intense of an experience. And I love that movie. I really, really like Dread. If, for those of you who don't know, because I, on the stream, periodically, or at least one time, wind up wearing my goddamn Dread helmet. For those of you who don't know, I might be a little obsessed with that movie. But... yeah, Carl Urban's scowling face in that particular state of mind, I was like, nope, 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 no sir. No thank you, Mr. Dread. It was. Full Titanfall 2 helmet. Dude, Titanfall 2 is... Carl Urban mech, yeah. Legitimately, Titanfall 2 is amazing. I mean, it's one of the best single-player experiences in an FPS I have ever had in my life. I feel like the campaign was short, but it was tightly paced. It was divided up into enjoyable sections. They gave you abilities and powers, and you would use them meaningfully for a while, and then they would take it away at the point when it would have become kind of cloying and no longer fun. I recommend Titanfall 2 to anyone who enjoys FPSs at all. If you enjoy a single-player campaign, play Titanfall 2. You can generally get it on whatever, is it Origin, I want to say they're using? You can generally get it for like $5. Like, it goes on sale all the time. And for $5 fucking dollars, you should be playing that game. People still play the multiplayer from time to time. I like the multiplayer. I know people had some problems with it. I thought it was really good. I'm going to start highlighting my orange, and I'm going to be going to Candlelight Yellow for that. Maybe not quite to Candlelight. I think I'm going to go to Lantern Yellow first. Yeah, Reaper, Lantern Yellow. Dude, the time skip level was fucking awesome, and they found a good way to both implement that mechanic, clever ways to use it. It was a lot of fun, and then at the end of it, they were like, alright, we can't keep doing this. This can't be a thing you do for the rest of the game. So they take the power away, but I didn't really feel like I missed it. Even the level when they give you the smart pistol is so well paced, because the smart pistol is nonsense. It's just an instant kill, I win button. But that level is so free-flowing, so fast-moving, that you're like, oh yeah, of course I have the smart pistol. I gotta cap like 6 guys as I run through the room. But it also keeps you moving. If you slow down, you die. We got cat ion in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Nope, that's the wrong... Damn it! Cat, I have the button. There we go.
Hello there.
The mod extraordinaire. Good to see you, Cat. How are things? Having a good day? I hope so. I need a clip just for Cat. I need something ridiculous we can play. Not sure what it would be. Yes. Chat might have gotten me to drop a hard J. It's a little too thin for what I'm doing. It's been a madhouse in here. It's been a little wild. It hasn't quite been a madhouse, I wouldn't say. Yeah, it was jackass. That's what I said. That's definitely the word. That's what that means. Don't look into any of the clips or VODs. You don't need to know. If the FBI shows up to your house, I'm sorry. Madhouse. A madhouse. My chat just asked me to show them my tits. Well, you got such nice mammaries, Steiner. Such nice manneries, as it were. I can understand that. Hell, my chat asked me to show them your tits. That or Amax's, but thankfully she's not here right now to hear me say that. I might have to go up to Candlelight Yellow. This is not going on quite as starkly as I had hoped. I guess it's highlighting. I'll stick with it for a little bit longer. It's a very orange yellow, though. I mean, that is ideally what I'm looking for, but still. Yeah, I just need to put it on a little bit thicker than I was, that's all. Or maybe with a few more applications. Yeah, he's plugging away on more models as I sit here and paint his. I'm gonna try unthinned Lantern Yellow and see if maybe that's what I want. These Reaper paints, they don't always need thinning. They're actually really well formulated. Yellow is a little tricky in that it always goes on pretty thin anyway. Yeah, that's more like what I'm thinking. If I can just be careful with it, I think this will work. It's coming out nice. Yeah, this'll do. That'll do, Centurion. That'll do. Gotta finish up those droidicas tonight. Ugh, I'm not looking forward to that. So spindly. I'm almost glad that FFG is having supply issues, what with the state of the world right now, because otherwise I'd be buying too much shit.
Go ahead and glorb that paint on anywhere.
Oh, I will.
It's not like we're trying to get inside the lines or anything.
I don't... They didn't... Someone punched Hitler with a chainsaw, Dick. That makes everything okay. I was there. I saw it. Having a little bit of trouble with my lantern yellow. But then orange is always a bit of a pain, isn't it? Where is it? There we go. As requested. Oh, now it's getting weird. Okay, yeah, sure, it wasn't before. It was totally normal prior to this. We are a very normal batch here at Thunderhead Studio. We do normal things. We like normal stuff. We have normal sex with normal partners. Wait. Yes. Oh, nose tickle. Oh, excuse me. Okay. We use government-approved positions and contraceptives. You're just being challenging for me today, Lantern Yellow. I don't know what your issue is. You've gone on easier than this before. So, the Bible at present? Yeah, you know, I like to call Mike Pence and ask him what I should be doing at any given time. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the closest thing I will do to commenting on politics. It's not even really a commentary, it's just kind of a hee-hee, ha-ha, hoo-hoo, ho-ho. But not too many hoes, because Mother will get mad. Taking off Pez Motion. Hey man, thanks for hanging out. Always appreciated. And just because I haven't said it for a while, anyone who might just be joining us, or maybe just joined us a little while ago from Chaotic Harmony stream, we have a bit here on the stream that we're going to be getting to in about an hour, I'm estimating. Maybe a little bit less than that. What's it looking like outside? I'll have to take a look here in a second. Called the Storm Report. Looking for a better name at the moment. But for now, it's called the Storm Report. And if you'd like to share anything that you've been working on with us, you can pop right over on into the Discord, jump into the Storm Report channel, and post a picture, and we will show it on the stream a little bit later. I like to know what you're working on. Your creativity fuels my creativity in many cases. Also, sometimes you do cool things that I want to steal, and I rip them off and give you no credit. Though to be fair, I haven't done that yet. It's not saying I'm not a thief, it just says that my viewers are not creative enough. Wolverine or Blackjack? Shadowhawk, Griffin, Enforcer, or a Hatchet. I mean, a Hatchetman. It has an axe, so you go with the Hatchetman. That's an easy choice. I mean, a hatchet, but you know what I mean. It's weird hearing the song without lyrics. Paint a bunch of orange. It'll be fun and easy. Or a pain of layering, one of the two. Tempted to pick either Enforcer or Griffin. Griffin's always a good choice. The Griffin 1S is one of my favorite mechs of all time. So say you get painting on a mini and then realize you hate it. How to restart? Throw it in the fucking trash. No, depending on what material it's made of, you strip it down. If it's plastic, you want to use something like Simple Green. Sometimes you can get away with rubbing alcohol. You know, like isopropyl. Damn you, Telegram. Stop notifying me of things. If it's metal, drop it in some acetone. Paint will come right off. Yeah, Simple Green's a good choice, all in all. But if it's metal, you might as well use acetone, honestly. And for some plastics, you can get away with isopropyl alcohol. I like isopropyl alcohol for that purpose. I believe that works on styrenes. If you're gonna strip a miniature, though, test it. There's no reason not to test. Get a piece of the same plastic from a sprue, from another model, from what have you, and dunk your plastic in whatever it is you're using to strip, just to be sure that nothing terrible is gonna happen. Because, well, you can ask all the questions you want, you can check all the chemical reactions you want. You're going to be real embarrassed if you drop your mini into a tub of something that's just going to turn it into a goo. I've done it myself. It never feels good. It never feels smart. Because it's not. In any way. Oh, orange. Why do I paint you so? I actually really like the look. I mean, this is the reason I picked the Regulan Hussars. I really like the look of their orange when I can pull it off. That just reminded me of another Star Wars clip I need. I need Han Solo saying, "You said you wanted to be here when I made a mistake. Well, this is gonna be it, sweetheart." That and just more Han Solo in general. I mean, who could possibly argue with that? More Han Solo is a recipe for more fun. And yes, I count the Solo movie in that. I like that movie unironically. Fight me. LA's totally awesome. Yeah, I've heard good things about that as well. Greedo! McClunky! What the fuck is that shit, by the way? You guys seen the new release of A New Hope on Disney Plus? Where Greedo goes, McClunky! Why do they keep doing that? Why do they keep adding things? I didn't realize that the new re-release of Return of the Jedi added in Vader going, "No!" as he throws the Emperor into the core of the Death Star. I didn't know that happened. Until I watched it recently on Disney Plus, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why do they do these things? Yeah, if you watch Return of the Jedi on Disney Plus, and it's my understanding they did this for the Blu-ray release a little while before this, so it wasn't even them, this release that did it. Vader's "no," like one of the worst things James Earl Jones has ever recorded. One of the things that has been universally made fun of over and over and over by Star Wars fans and normal people alike. And they put it into a movie where it didn't belong. Over one of the best scenes in history, I really always liked how Vader was essentially silent as he made that choice. And now he goes, no. I hope James Earl Jones feels bad about that. I really do. It's not too bad. He got paid, you know, he doesn't care that much, I'm sure. But I hope on some level he regrets doing it. Yeah, I don't know even why they did it. Yeah, they should give Palpatine the Wilhelm scream. It's in enough of the movies as it is. Every other stormtrooper drops the Wilhelm scream when he dies. Why not give it to the Emperor, too? It's like poetry, it rhymes. By the end of the life of Star Wars as a property, those movies will have been changed so many times that they will be completely unrecognizable. Like, I'm fine with some of the initial runs of changes they did when they swapped out the old Emperor for the Ian McDiarmid Emperor in Empire Strikes Back. Like, okay, fine, whatever, I get it. The old Emperor looked weird. And they hadn't really decided on what he was going to look like yet, so they had to stand in. Like, sure, guys, whatever the hell you want to do. But stop. Stop it. Stop. Just fucking cut it out. Something about them not using the Wilhelm. Did they cut that out? Oh yeah, you're talking about General Veers, Roland. And also Walter Donovan from Last Crusade. I'm not gonna fault anyone for retiring the Wilhelm scream. I admit that the only reason I like it is because I heard it so many times, and now it's just kind of like a funny little ha-ha, hoo-hoo, chuckle-chuckle. But it would be nice if they kept using it. See, the restored HD version of the original 1977 that was done up by the fans. I did not, Samare. I didn't. I remember when that happened, though. Yeah, that's right, also from Bond. This is true. And the dancing scene, yeah, okay. That was maybe the beginning of the end when the changes started, when we watched Return of the Jedi, and it was like, whoa, what is this music video that happens in Jabba's palace? Why is this a fucking thing? And they found a bunch of reasons to add in a bunch of deleted scenes that Boba Fett was originally in. And by a bunch, I mean really one. From A New Hope. Which, of course, is just Star Wars, if you're keeping score at home. But, you know, they renamed it to A New Hope so that it would fit in with the episodic format. But they added in a scene where it was before they decided Jabba the Hutt wasn't a human. The Hutt was just a title that he took on. And he was played by a human, and they literally refer to him as a human in the scene. Han Solo has the line, "Jabba, you're a wonderful human being." I guess they thought it would play off as ironic once he wasn't a human anymore. But it was just weird and awkward. And he walks over Jabba's tail, again, because he was supposed to be a human, and he walked around behind Jabba. Oh, it was so bad. He just jumps into the air like a foot and a half suddenly, and Jabba goes, like he's stepping on his tail. And I'm like, that would just get you killed. Like, this whole scene is Han essentially begging for his life, and you're having him walk over Jabba's tail just because you shot the scene differently a long time ago? Just leave it out, man. You don't have to include Boba Fett. It's not like Boba Fett ever did anything. I realize he's a fan favorite, but he's a fan favorite because he looked cool, not because he did literally anything. Christ, he didn't even shoot anybody. He raises his rifle one time and he gets knocked down by Darth Vader. He fires a couple of shots later at Luke and hits nothing. His sum total contribution to the series was one of the many Wilhelm screams as he died. Don't get me wrong, I love Boba Fett just like everybody else did. I'm just being honest. Yeah, that's the thing, Ravencat, is they had the option of doing any number of things, including having Jabba rotate in place, and they went with, no, Han Solo's gonna step on Jabba's tail here. And unfortunately, this was past the point when anybody could say no to Lucas, which, that was the beginning of the end. When nobody could say no to Lucas anymore, that's when Star Wars started becoming real dumb. Because as it turns out, Lucas wants to do real dumb things. Lucas. George Lucas. What an asshole. What an asshole. And I feel comfortable saying this because George himself is just... he spends his time swimming around in piles of money these days. I don't think he particularly gives a shit that some no-name Twitch streamer is going, I would do better than George Lucas because the world has rewarded him for his efforts. But regardless, fuck that guy. What an asshole. I say this even being more forgiving of his contributions through the prequels at this point, even being more forgiving of shit like Jar Jar Binks, I still say screw that guy. And also, for that terrible Indiana Jones movie that he did way after the fact. I'm not gonna say its name. It was so bad. Star Wars was saved from being a total failure in the edit by his then wife. Yeah! I heard about that, Samare. And yeah, she got no credit. Like at all. How about them stompy robots? Roland, you know I can't stop myself. Star Wars is a big part of my life, and complaining about Star Wars is almost equally as large. That's one of my favorite things to do regarding Star Wars is to complain about it. It's just so easy. Maybe I'm not challenging myself enough.
Look, if this conversation gets more about how you feel about something, I'm gonna have to start charging you 50 C-bills per hour so I can listen to it.
But how am I supposed to reach out with my feelings? Trust my instincts. Your eyes can deceive you. Don't trust them.
With the blast shield down, I can't even see. How am I supposed to fight?
Have you tried shutting the fuck up, Luke? It could be effective. Who am I kidding? I've known you since you were a boy. You've not shut up one goddamn time. On second thought, I'm just going to sell you to your father.
Not gonna talk about that moment, Samare. Actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf. That was admittedly a very funny video that he did. Shia got some real bad press for a while there, and credit where credit's due, he's mostly recovered from it. He's still a shitty little plagiarist, and he tried to get away with it, but his ability to laugh at himself went a long way, I think. That's something more celebrities need to realize, is if you're just willing to own the stupid shit that you do and laugh at yourself, people will forgive you. We really will. We just don't hold that much of a grudge in entertainment unless you, like, you know, sexually assault someone. And even then, a lot of the time you can get away with it. But we're not going to go there. I've seen some of the bad lip reading for Star Wars. Some are better than others. Some are just silly. Eclipse. With the renewal. 3 months! 3 months! These big numbers keep popping up, you guys. I can barely handle it. Thank you so much, Eclipse. How you doing, man? I haven't seen you yet today. Seagulls. Stop it now. Oh. It's bad luck to kill a seabird. I saw you sparring with that gull. Excuse me. Forgot it was Thursday. These days just blur together now. God, I know what you mean, man. I really do. It's a little wild, isn't it? This orange is coming together decently, now that I'm getting it highlighted, hey? It's going to need some more extreme highlights. It's going to need a whole other pass after this, but this yellow is just not being all that cooperative. I say that like I'm surprised. Yellow is never a cooperative color. It is a pain in the ass color. What'd you watch again last night, O'Coral? April is almost gone. Fitting choice, since the miniature game gave you so much grief during assembly. At least you have some pointers for next time. You're not wrong. Since the miniature gave me... Yes. This mini is just bound to be a pain in the ass at every step. But you know, it's going to look good when I'm done with it. Which probably isn't going to be tonight. You're going to get at least one more stream of me working on this Tyrant. I can feel it. Partially because I'm going to have to go to the storm report here in a little bit if I'm going to have time to get through it. But hey, I'm going to be back Sunday. That's like the one thing my stream has going for it is, so far, I've done pretty good if I can toot my own horn for a moment. I've done pretty good at keeping my schedule. It was something that I was a little worried about when I started. Was keeping my streaming schedule. But I've managed to stick to it pretty decently. And I like to do that because I've watched a number of streams now. I've regular a few of them. And it throws me off when the schedule is irregular. It throws me off when they miss a lot of their scheduled times. Like, I get it. From a viewer's perspective, I understand. It's easier if it's just like, this time, this day, that's when he's going to be going, and I wanna hang out. And I'd like to make it as easy on you guys as possible, because you go to the trouble of showing up in the first place, you know? And that's really cool. And just fuck that all up. Let me pull this yellow out of here. He asked and ignored chat. Oh, I'm sorry, O'Coral. I was like, yeah, tell me, and then I just look away. Oh, Tron Legacy. That's the most fucking annoying sound I've made today. Why did that happen? Why did I do that? Oh, God, I need to eat something. Oh, Jesus. It's almost as if I'm on camera. And yeah, no, it's true. Flavolicious has been steady the last few weeks. And the time before that, you only had a small gap of, what was it, like a year? Or something like that? I'm mostly firing shots at Chaotic Harmony with his fucking nonsense schedule, but it's hard to argue with him too much because he's like, yeah, my schedule is erratic, but it's also every day. Wow, Chef Tig. I have never heard someone argue in favor of that movie before. And I'm not going to tear India. Because I can respect fighting for the underdog. I get it, you know? I'm also gonna say, fuck that movie. I'm not gonna say you're wrong to like it. Because I like things that are bad, and I like them unironically. I do, I just do. It's how I am. So again, I get it. But I am gonna say, fuck that movie. And just one more time, in case we're not clear, fuck that movie. But you've done something I've never seen before, Chef Tig, in arguing for it. That's something. Don't dislike anything. You know, I can respect that. I can respect a nice positive mindset. Yeah, Chaotic streams like twice a day. It's ridiculous. He doesn't have a lot to do right now. And who can blame him? My God, that voice. I just want him to lull me to sleep. Every night. Hey, what's up, Colonel Matthew Steiner? It's good to see you. Wait, have I said hi to you yet today? I can't remember. Pulp Adventure role-playing game you wrote and published. No, you have not shared that with me, Roland, and you absolutely should. That sounds interesting. See, O'Coral, you keep picking bad targets, man, because it's not a hot take for me. Or Chaotic, I guess, picked the last one. It's not a hot take for me to rip into Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. It's not a hot take. Everybody does that. A hot take on Kingdom of the Crystal Skull would be saying it actually has redeeming qualities, which it does not. Unless, of course, you're Chef Tig, and you think it does. And, you know, that's cool, man. I'll tell you the part of the movie that pissed me off the most. Is when they knocked the head off of Marcus Brody's statue. I don't understand that at all. I don't get why they had to do that. 5-minute rant about the movie. I'm almost tired of ripping into Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. It's almost too easy. It's like saying, hey man, we're gonna put you into a prize fight and you're gonna win $1,000 if you can win it. And I'm like, sweet, this is gonna be the toughest fight of my life. And you're like, here's an infant. And then I just feel kind of bad. Kind of bad. I'd probably still do it. There's your hot take. Question of the day. If you could win $1 million, would you legitimately fist fight an infant? Would you do it? It's just so terrible, though. Everything about it. Yeah, see, Vergaderung knows where it's at. Everything about that movie was bad. The worst part of it being, and I even recognize that this is partially true of Raiders of the Lost Ark. Like, if you remove Indiana Jones from the story entirely, and you say, okay, the bad guys are just allowed to carry on doing whatever it is they're doing, the ending is essentially the same. And there is some truth to that with Raiders of the Lost Ark, but Raiders of the Lost Ark has other redeeming qualities, and it's not true of later films. He had an impact on later things. But Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is like remove Indiana Jones from the movie, and the same thing happens. Beginning to end. Boom. No reason for him to be there at all. That's not even the greatest complaint about it. That's just an observation. It's not even necessarily a problem. It's just true. Fucking aliens? Really? Fucking space aliens? That's where we're going with Indiana Jones? And Marion Ravenwood becoming an action star? Is this not the woman who burnt him with a torch because she thought his whip was a snake? Like, am I fucking high? I mean, I might be, but I'm not high on something that would make me forget that. Oh yeah, it was aliens, Samir. It was crystal skulls. And thus, it was space aliens, I guess. And what happened at the end didn't even make sense. It was like they put the skull in the alien spaceship and that somehow resurrected the aliens, and then the alien killed Cate Blanchett, and... Okay. Sure. That was Cate Blanchett in that movie, wasn't it? I'm not misremembering that. There's a scene... Oh, interdimensional beings, yeah. It's totally different. There's a scene in that movie where Shia LaBeouf... I'm just going to say it. Shia LaBeouf is in a car going through the jungle. Now, before we get to the real problem with this scene, let's address the fact that before this scene, they talk about how they have to stick to the road and you can't just drive through the jungle. Like, I'm not saying this. I'm not saying this is something they should have thought of. I'm saying this is something they did think of because they say it in the movie. They talk about how they have to stick to this fucking road because you can't just drive through the jungle willy-nilly in a Jeep. It doesn't work. And then one of them gets in a Jeep and they go off-road and they proceed to have a high-speed car chase through the unroaded jungle area. So we're already just throwing our own goddamn rules right out the window. And then as part of this scene, Shia LaBeouf is in a Jeep, and I believe a vine catches him by the neck, and he gets pulled up out of the Jeep. And you're like, oh, there goes Shia LaBeouf, he's out of this scene. You could be forgiven for thinking that's what was going to happen. But no. Shia LaBeouf, up in the vines in the canopy of the jungle, makes some monkey friends. And he and his monkey friends swing from vines through the jungle, and they catch up to the Jeeps that are having the high-speed chase that is mysteriously still going on, despite the fact that they're off-road in a jungle in South America. And Shia LaBeouf rejoins the fight on the Jeeps in the car chase, swinging from vines with his monkey friends. I don't know what more I need to tell you about the film if you haven't seen it. I feel like that should be enough. It's unfucking believable. And I'm not talking about Indiana Jones punching 3 guys with the same swing. Unbelievable. That's not the kind of unbelievable we're talking about. We're talking about Jar Jar Binks unbelievable. You know what? That shit was worse than Jar Jar Binks. The Clone Wars in many ways redeemed the existence of Jar Jar Binks. It didn't completely, but it did a little bit. There's nothing. Not one goddamn thing on this earth that can redeem the monkey chase with Shia LaBeouf. Nothing. It makes me mad because it, like, besmirches the name of the classic indie franchise. And I say this as somebody who, I enjoy Temple of Doom. I know a lot of people don't. I think Temple of Doom is a lot of fun. But that shit was beyond the pale. It was way too much. Yeah, stay away from it. Yeah, the snake part was dumb, too. The snake part was real dumb. That wouldn't have worked anyway. Yeah, okay. Name a part of the movie. It was dumb. The nuclear explosion part, where Indy survives a nuclear blast by hiding in a fridge, is dumb. I mean... okay, that's it. That's all I got. I'm not doing that anymore. Side note, Temple of Doom is a lot of fun, and if you remember it poorly, you should revisit it and give it another chance. You're welcome, Samir. I hope that you never, ever have to experience that. I haven't seen Onward. I haven't... guys, as far as pop culture that I have completely missed out on, just assume that I haven't seen any of those animated movies. Like, I haven't seen Frozen, I haven't seen... What have I seen? I didn't see the fucking Despicable Me or any of the sequels. I saw Megamind. Does that count? I thought Megamind was a lot of fun. But I don't think I saw it on purpose. I think it was just kind of on. If you start listing lyrics from a song from a fucking animated Disney movie, it's probably just gonna go right over my head. Afghanistanimation. You're not a fan of, what was it? What was the name of the monkey? Shit. I need to watch Super Troopers again. It's been a long time. Tainted Snow. Cephalopod Studios. You're gonna have to tell me more about that. Johnny Chimpo. That was it. It was Johnny Chimpo. Thank you so much. What's up, Geg3Z? Geg3Z? G3G3EZ? I don't know how to say it. We're just gonna go with that. GGEZ. Oh, okay, I get it. I gotcha. Cephalopod Studios. Who is Cephalopod Studios? I'm not familiar with that. Good game, easy. Yeah, I see it now. I see it now that you say it. Now that you've explained it to me, I understand it, which is just as good as understanding it at first glance, obviously. I'm basically a genius. Ignore all the times that I make a total asshole out of myself. Those are anomalies. I'll tell you though, no one can make an asshole out of me quite like I can. That's a skill. Would that be a skill or a talent? I haven't practiced it. Well, no, that's a lie. I have practiced it quite a bit, just not on purpose. They have their own paint line, and they're live now. I'm not familiar with them, Tainted Snow, but I will have to check them out when I wrap here in a little bit. Thank you very much for the recommendation. Gotta bail. Good hanging with you. Colonel Matthew Steiner, thank you so much for being here. Kat, would you do me a favor? Give me a quick shout-out for Colonel Matthew Steiner. For when he gets his streaming up, the guy works on some mechs, and he does some pretty fantastic paint jobs. How's that print doing? Oh, it's about halfway. It's got some time to go. This orange is gradually coming together. It definitely needs more work than this layer of highlights to make it pizzop, if you will, as we say in the hood. Which is definitely where I'm from. I was one of those edgy kids in the early 2000s who liked that t-shirt that was like, I noticed that you're gangster. I'm fairly gangster myself. I thought that was hilarious. Hi from Mexico! What's up, Tunless Walk? How you doing? Thank you so much for saying so, man. Welcome, welcome. You like miniature paint jobs? Because we got some of those around here. But that's not the only thing we've got. if you know what I mean, and I'm pretty subtle, so I'd understand if you didn't.
You know, there's something about mech paint jobs that really just brings a tear to my eye, and sometimes a tightness to my pants. This stream has a lot of the latter.
I'm glad that I got Chaotic to record those voice clips for me early on. They've been one of my favorite things. Oh wow, I just realized I was remiss. Chaotic raided me a while ago, and I never gave him a shout-out. How rude of me. But then, I'm kind of a rude guy. I was always a Raphael when it came time to get into the TMNT. You know? Cool but rude, if you will. Thank you, Kat. I appreciate you making up for my, inadequacies. Well, that seems to have connotations I don't really want. I am a man. No, that's how he sounds. No, that the words, legitimately, that's how he sounds. WJ, good to see you, man. Samare, he does Duncan Fisher. He's very respectful about it. He talked to the guy, the dude who did the Duncan Fisher voice. I guess he met him at one point and sort of got his official nod to carry on doing the Duncan Fisher voice. And he does it a lot on his stream. If you enjoy Duncan Fisher jokes, you want to follow and check out Chaotic Harmony. He plays MechWarrior Online, and he jumps onto the voice chat for his team, and he does Duncan Fisher, and it's fucking funny. It really is. He gets that all the time, too. People are like, what, is that Duncan Fisher? What the hell? And one of the first things I asked him to do, I said, would you do some voice clips as Duncan Fisher? And he was unable to. He said, no, I talked to the guy a while ago, and I just, I don't want to violate that trust. Chaotic's a nice guy. And that's why he loses. In this contest of ours. I don't know what it is, but, yeah. Oh, there's a video of him and I haven't seen the video of both of them doing it together. I'll bet that's a hell of a thing, though. I don't have anybody that I sound like. I don't have anybody to do the imitation of the voice of. Oh. I do a really good imitation of that guy, what's his name? Thunderhead? I'm pretty good at that one. Do a good Rorschach. When have I done Rorschach? I sounded just like Cat. Oh, God. I can't protect you from her. You know that, right, O'Coral? I don't have the power to do that. You take your life into your hands.
I think I do an all-right Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh boy. Oh my God. Okay. Just so you know, I can't stop anything that happens. I too like to live dangerously. Sounded like the Thumb Wars first. Well, there you go. I do a great imitation of Obi-Wan Kenobi if we're talking about the guy who did it for Thumb Wars.
You've taken your first step into a larger world. Mos Eisley Spaceport. You'll never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. We must be cautious. Your father wanted you to have this when you were old enough. Of course, what I mean is I wanted you to have this, and he never knew you were born. He was on fire at the time, of course. Ah, those were good days. But yeah, no, I don't sound enough like any celebrity to pull that off. It's sad for me. I wish I had a better USP. Anything at all to set me apart. It's so sad. Sometimes I cry myself to sleep at night because I don't enough resemble any celebrities. It's terrible. I haven't watched Hardware Wars. Sure you do. You sounded. I already made that joke, Bionic Sheep. That doesn't count, just because you weren't here. Yeah, right? Too late. Late to the party. I can do that terrible impression of Arnold that every drunk asshole on the planet is able to do. Where you just kind of go... a whole bunch. I can do that one. See you at the party, Richter. See, it's not even very good. Where you just repeat the same 3 lines from, like, Predator and Kindergarten Cop. About that moment during the scene where Luke is first given the lightsaber, then he looks down into it. He does. He goes like, "Oh, what's this?" It's a great scene. I want to edit in there fucking Ben just going like, "Oh no, don't!" Just, Jesus Christ, he almost killed himself. Okay. That's true. Though, to be fair, Kat, you were being compared to Lindsay Lohan at a time when Lindsay Lohan was not, like, synonymous with drug abuse and wasted potential. You were being compared to her at a point when she was, like, up and coming. So it's not all bad. But of course, having never been compared to Lindsay Lohan myself, I can't really comment. That's not true. There was that one time when I fell asleep in the gutter outside of a strip club that I got compared to Lindsay Lohan. That did happen. Oh, and there was that time that I sold my body for blow. That I got compared to Lindsay Lohan that time too. That was a weird time. What's up, Nyarbed? How you doing? I would tell you that story if I hadn't just made it up. The female Charlie Sheen. That's a good comparison. Got mistaken for Kevin Smith once. There are worse things, you know? You could have been confused for Kyle Gass. I think that happened to me once. But I unfortunately lack the musical talent of the great KG. Or really any musical talent to speak of. Fat man in a trench coat with a beard. It's an easy one. Okay, I've gotten that one before, Kat. That was maybe the greatest compliment I ever received as far as people saying I looked good was when I did Arrow cosplay for a while. I had a cosplay for Arrow Season 1 that I was immensely proud of, and I still have the bow from because, frankly, it's one of the most accurate replicas I've ever seen, and I was very, very proud of it, and I got it signed by a bunch of the actors. But every time I would post a picture of myself as Green Arrow, there would inevitably be somebody going, "What the fuck is Stephen Amell doing posing for like some bullshit little rinky-dink
nonsense like this, and I'd be like, oh, yes, I kind of look like that guy a little bit. When I shave my beard. A little bit. I got mistaken for a decent human being. How the fuck did that happen, O'Coral? That's the most ridiculous thing I've heard yet. Oh, he was drunk, okay. I'm still not quite seeing it, but, you know, I'll believe it, I suppose. Absolutely ridiculous. Alright. So this is about as far as I'm going to take the Tyrant for tonight. We're going to go over to the Storm Report for a few, because I still need to make it outside before it gets completely dark out, which it damn near is. I got a little bit of time to work with, so I'm going to go to the Storm Report. Hang on 1 second, I want to check something out real quick. So I didn't mean to fill that in, and I want to bust it out before it dries. Just a little film of wash that I put in there that I want to take out with this here blade. It sort of bubbled over and then dried. Whoa, torso twist, Shock 21, had you not seen that? It's magnetized. Woo! Wee! That's one of the nice things about this kit, is that it actually comes with a pair of magnets, and they're super easy to slide in for the torso. And it just rotates around, no problem. Look at that. Wee, 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 wee. Okay, I'm going to stop doing that now. But yeah, so you can just pop that right off. It's a well-designed kit. It'll be available for sale on Steel Core Collectibles. Metal Core Collectibles, sorry, not Steel Core. I was confusing Steel Warrior Studios with that. But yes. All of Cyber Knight's stuff for Metal Core Collectibles is generally easily magnetized. And it swings around like crazy. Check it out. It'll be on mine too. Oh, you're gonna... Oh my god. Oh, that was stupid. I'm just gonna... I might have just popped off one of the glue points on his ankle. But, you know.
Nope. Not to worry. We are still flying half a ship.
Well, why didn't it play the whole thing? You gotta play the whole thing, computer.
Not to worry, we are still flying half a ship.
That's okay. It's one glue point. And I didn't have his toe glued down well. That's an easy thing to fix. And I did just slam it down on my desk like a moron.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am a professional painter.
Yes. Yes, of course. We are going to go check out the Storm Report. Y'all been posting stuff in there this time? There's stuff over there to check out? God, I hope so. This is usually some pretty good content, especially if Ravencat has been hanging around. Yeah, professional painter, not necessarily assembler. I might suck at that. It's entirely possible. Watch the last VOD and you tell me. The answer is yes, I'm pretty terrible. Let's have a look at what's been getting posted in the Storm Report. Oh lord. Vergata with his Dazzle camo. That is an exciting time. It looks like I had some good luck dulling it down a little bit, man. This looks pretty fantastic. I like the pink cockpit. Who can argue with the pink cockpit, though? That's always a good time. The Oscout sculpt is fantastic. And the Dazzle camo really is a nice touch on it. Looks like he did a really good job with the exhaust. I'd love to see a picture from behind. Of course, I say that to a lot of people. Rock'em sock'em Orions. Kursala, you're having too much fun with this bullshit, man. That's just ridiculous. Kursala, by the way, recently redid the Orion, did some fantastic work on it. I believe all the parts are available modularly to print. Are they up on Thingiverse? I'm pretty sure they're up on Thingiverse. If you're curious about them, you can definitely find them, and links to them in our showcase and 3D modeling and design channels on the Discord, which I recommend you check out. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're in this chat right now and you're not in the Discord, you are only denying yourself the fantastic company of some of our very, very talented painters and 3D designers, not to mention the opportunity to take part in the Storm Report segment that we do every... Why do I do this? But seriously, if you want to post some of your pictures so that we can take a look at it, take a look at them, take a look on it, take a look with the words, speaking the English really, really well. Tried to hook me up, denied. Cat got to it first. Cat fucked you all up, Flavolicious. You went toe-to-toe with the cat, and you lost. You got the scratch. Yes! That's what we're calling it from now on. Or maybe not. I don't know. You know, I don't really make the decisions around here.
If you don't respect the cat, you're gonna get the bat.
That's pretty much what we're talking about. Alright, let's see what we got next. From Rock'em Sock'em Orion's Kersali, you goof. Oh boy, y'all want some Chaotic Harmony? Because we got some Chaotic Harmony for you. And it promises to be... hopefully not profane this time. Admittedly, we've had at least one recording from Chaotic Harmony that was... uncomfortably terrible. That's all I'm gonna say about it. Let's move right on in. Out of Gel Super Glue, White Wolf, that fucking sucks. I think I've got some extra. I would send it to you, but I also need it. Let's take a look at what we got. And yes, that's a good point. Let me go ahead and mute the music since we're going to be listening to Chaotic's lovely, lovely voice.
Imperator Automatic Weaponry. Hit like a hammer. Whether you're shearing off limbs with a UAC-20 or keeping their heads down at range with an AC-2, Imperator Automatic Weaponry offers you the finest ballistic weapons crafted in the inner sphere. If it throws lead down range, we build it. Our autocannons hit harder, fly further, and jam less in the competition. While our Gauss rifles are guaranteed to shoot the wings off a locust at 800 meters. When you're surrounded by nails, bring a hammer. Bring an Imperator.
Now, I no longer know which of these he has written and which he is taking directly from the TROs, because the last one for the flamethrowers was apparently taken from the TROs. So y'all have to tell me which of these are actually his writing. Because I'd hate to give this man credit for something he didn't do. That's fucking funny. The musical accompaniment and the punctuations really make it. Alright, what else we got? This is what happens when my internet's too bad to stream. Also, we're getting the fruits of his boredom.
Guided Technologies. Accuracy is everything. When it comes to putting ordnance where it needs to be, no one beats Guided Technologies. Our patented Streak short-range missiles always hit where they're aimed at, avoiding problematic ammo shortages and keeping you in the fight longer. While some other companies offer a 2-pack, only we offer Streaks in 4 and 6-packs, letting you punish the opposition as the gods intended. Everyone knows a missed shot is a wasted shot, so make those shots count with Guided Technologies.
Okay. If I'm comparing them, I have to say that that's probably the weakest of our ads so far. Oh, they're from BTA 3062. Okay, alright. So he's primarily just providing the voice accompaniment here. But I liked Imperator autocannons.
Pharaoh Beer. Keep your tracks tight. Lovingly brewed for over 500 years, Pharaoh Beer is the beverage of choice for today's working man. Let the nobility have their snooty cola barra with quincha toast. From farmers to miners, tankers to grunts, Pharaoh Beer gets you where you're going.
Pharaoh Beverage Company is not responsible for any injuries or damages sustained while consuming this beverage. Please drink however the hell you want.
Okay, alright. And now some Dunall PPC.
Dunall PPCs. Ride the lightning. From the venerable Warhammer to the mighty Battlemaster, the Dunall PPC line has been helping mechs get away from those pesky supply lines for centuries. Our patented particle projector cannons have been around since the very first battle mech, and you can be damn sure they'll be around for the very last. With mirrors and lenses made of the sturdiest blast-proof transplast around, you can be sure our PPCs will get you through any fight still swinging. Show that autocannon who's boss with a Dunall PPC today.
You know what this just made me realize? This just made me understand that we need some PPC jokes on this stream. It was hearing him say, ride the lightning, that made me truly grasp how necessary that is. I need to do some more writing for Chaotic. Oh, they used this track space. Oh, okay, that's the joke. There's a little bit of an in-joke hidden in there. What's up, Epic? How you doing? Big PPC and small PPC jokes? I would say yes, but the humor on this stream is usually pretty highbrow. We like to we like to really elevate things, above the the chuckles.
Welcome, everyone, to Thunderhead Studios.
God damn it.
Where the only rule is...
Please don't show me your genitals.
Have fun, be safe, and above all...
Don't show them to me. For the love of God.
I just got called out in real time. That's... shit, okay. You know, you guys could... You could pretend for like 5 minutes that I do anything other than make dick and fart jokes on here constantly. You know, that would just be like a gift to me. When my birthday rolls around, in fact, maybe we'll do that. Next year when my birthday rolls around again, and we're doing my birthday stream, the gift to Thunderhead is we pretend that I'm a highly educated, erudite gentleman, and that all of our humor is quite highbrow. Could we do that? Burns when I PPC. Oh god. What else have we got? Good lord. Cyber Knight. See, here we have a whole bunch of parts for Tyrants. What we have been painting all stream. When I say that these are going to be available in the immediate future, this is what I mean. He's producing stock right now, and if you pop over to the website, you can't put in orders yet, but so close. So close. Rick is impressed. Foolishly prepping over 2,700 parts for the Tyrant in the first run. I don't think that's foolish at all. Those are going to be moving out nice. And Rick Graham has been producing parts for his game Revelations, which is something that we painted some of here on stream. I haven't for a little bit. I need to get back to some of the minis that we've got from it, but it's an all 3D printed game. And these would be the, I believe, Mars tanks for the Core Republic. It is a 12mm scale sci-fi war game featuring infantry, armor, and mechs. And they're actually reasonably well balanced. It's a really fun game. Now, the Kickstarter went in a funny direction. Because, I mean, nobody can blame him for the timing. The timing of everything lately has been funny. Timing a Kickstarter and then immediately having everything that's kicked off happen, like, it killed a lot of the momentum. And that sucks. I really hate that. It was to the point that the Kickstarter was actually successfully funded and headed towards the first stretch goal, and then it ticked back over the line because people needed to save their money. It's just, you know, everything's unsure right now. But he has not given up on the project. Revelations is moving forward, and he has opened up an online store. He is trying another way to get the miniatures into your hands. So if you are not familiar with the game, and you have any interest in 12mm sci-fi wargaming, or you like mechs, have I got one that I can show? I don't have one on hand, or I would show it to you. Poopy! Don't I? I swear I just had it. Alright, well, we'll get it on stream here again before long, one of the next streams. But yeah, go check out Revelations on Facebook. Check out his website, look at the models. He's got a lot of good pictures. It's a great game. Having played around with it a little bit, it's really a well put together game. I strongly recommend it if you are into the scale and you are into sci-fi wargaming at all. It's fairly well streamlined. It's got some really clever rules. It's got big stompy robots. Here we see the four-legged mech lowers for the really big bad boys. Oh man, yeah, he's producing a lot. We got some of the infantry and some of the tanks here. He's done a really good job on all the minis. I really like it. Cyber Knight posting, oh, the variants. The variants. Now, if I click on this, it's going to take me to Imager, and it's going to take me out of Discord, and it won't pop up because I've got the screen cap set to window capture on Discord specifically. So I apologize for that, Cyber Knight. I won't be able to show these, but if you're interested in the Tyrant at all, you should know that there are a bunch of different variants that he's done. I've got another variant here on hand I'm going to be painting on a later stream in a different paint scheme that he calls the Dingo Waltz. And if you look at it, it's Coyote Tango from Pacific Rim. He's got the two guns over the shoulders. Cybran is just full of giggles, is what he is. But it's a great variant. I really like it. I'm gonna put this back on because I feel naked. I feel naked without my background music. Then you just hear my voice, and who wants to hear that? That's crazy. There are rules, or just a fun design? Yeah, most people use them as Centurion proxies. As he says here, it's part of a large fan TRO project. Everything is game legal, era and tech level depending, of course. So yeah, all the models are usable for Battletech, every single variant of them. So if you're interested in one, pick it up, check out the fan TRO. There are sheets for it. White Wolf tormenting me with just a bunch of meats? Ooh. Well, you look well stocked. God damn, I am hungry. I eat before I come on, I swear to God. I just get hungry over the course of it. It's terrible. The last Tyrant variant with just a bunch of missile packs. Look at that. Look at his shooty fists. I actually really like the design for these with the medium laser tacked onto it and everything. The Tyrant's a great design, you guys. This is the design that I'm trying to pull out with my paint job right now. Did I? I missed his comment. I'm sorry. Let me see. Uruk-hai Fieri. Looks like meat's back on the menu. Oh, he actually made that comment already. Well, reverse joke to you too, Roland. Fan TRO is still a work in progress, but I'm getting there. Oh, yeah, okay, you're working on it. Excellent. 452 pages and 317,000 plus words so far. So much work left to go, but it's getting there. TM. I know how that goes. Everything I've got is getting there. We'll get there eventually. Link to Uruk-hai Fieri, please. Somebody needs to make that meme. I would pay money, and by pay money, I mean not actually pay any money, to see Uruk-hai Fieri. Those are some sexy arms. I like these missile pack arms. They're very clever. Even though I like fists, I'll accept it. Roland's doing some more decals from the look of things. It really cleans up a paint job, doesn't it? It adds a whole lot. Well applied. Well applied. I think I said before, I like the white gun on the Battlemaster. That's a nice touch. Some on our Cyclops here. God, the MWO Cyclops is such a beefy bitch. Look at that. Got some decals going down. It really does snazz things up. Snazz, that's a word, right? Well, I just said it, you probably knew what I meant, so yeah, it totally is. Today's big project, which hopefully won't take too much longer, because boy do I want to paint. Getting the workshop set up is almost as important as painting the models. In fact, arguably more, because it facilitates the painting of the models. Looking really nice, though. At least all that MDF is going to good use. Huh? Paint racks and whatnot. Look forward to seeing the finished product, my man. Project Dark Fox finished 2 things yesterday. First of all, we finished up this quite delightful... His name is Monty, is that it? The doggo of our very own sentient pickle, who I gather his name is Monty. And he is a cute little sprat. Look at him. Look at him, look at his big old eyes and his funny little tongue-o. Oh, doggo. Dark Fox, I appreciate you sharing with us, as always. Yeah, the leg correction, I can see it now. The proportions were just off on the first one. But hey, this looks like a Jenner to me. Nice work, man. I'm gonna have to rip off some of your line styles that you use for cockpit glass, because I could use the same damn thing on mine. Hathrir with a model for a game called Arena Rex. I've actually played Arena Rex. It's a pretty fun game. As an R2 unit on its back. Hold on. Wait, who does? Oh, yes. Yeah, this is like a custom variant of Jenner. I don't remember what Dark Fox said. If Dark Fox is... Yeah, you're right there, Dark Fox. You can explain it, if you like. I don't remember... It has a bunch of ECM and shit on it, though, doesn't it? Yes, Hathrir, their resin does suck, but the sculpts themselves are very nice. I always credit the quality of their sculpts, but yeah, the actual production is... Yeah, I like their larger models with the bigger bases, like their lions and shit like that. They're just easier to paint. Not brand new, but I figure what the heck, Samare, you don't have to be brand new to share. I like that you feel like sharing it all. Some people might get a kick out of these. Atlas Scully 2.0 next to the Samare Assault Omni mech. Ooh, that's a cool looking mech. I like that a lot. That's a nice looking skull. Atlas with both arms, extended guns akimbo. That's a really cool color combination, the black and the dark red. I mean, black and red go well together. They just do. But I like how it's all kind of made metallic, I'm assuming, with a little bit of dry brushing over top. And the green is a nice pop over here. What is this from? I recognize this. I recognize this from something. It's for sale someplace, and I can't remember where now. You're gonna have to let me know. Because it's ringing a bell, but it's a distant bell. I like the way its arms are built, though. With the sort of joint right here, and the arm on the outside. And good-looking missile packs. It's got a good profile. Raven Cat working on a Victor, one of the goofiest linebacker-looking Victors in history, but making it look pretty good with the red and the yellow. You've done a Victor on here before, and I like the way you do the faceplate on it. Victor faceplates are a weird shape. Raven Cat, as always, thank you for sharing. You do fantastic work. Really good. Jason Spy Kerman designed the Sumire as a collaboration. It's on Shapeways. Okay. That must be where I saw it, was when I was browsing Shapeways parts. Here we got a closer look at old Scully. That's a good looking face. Did a good job on the toofs. And actually getting the panel lines in there on the skull is actually really helpful. Good job, Samir. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Been printing lately. Oh, have you? Oh, have you? Yeah, I'd say you've been printing a little bit. Good God. Now actually getting them painted is going to be the challenge, huh? Isn't it always, though? Getting minis is easy. Painting minis, well... eh. We all try. Raven Cat with some more Dark Souls. I like the stuff you had last time. That's a good-looking shield. I like the fur, too. The shield really stands out to me, though. You've done a really good job on this. Nice, clean lines. A good design. The double chevron. Red on black. Always a winner. Here we have Night Guy. Looks like we've used some skulls off the GW sprue. Huh? You got, like, what is this? A rose growing out from underneath him? Okay. Good work on the white. White is tricky, man. I always have trouble with white. I mean, I painted a lot of it recently, but it's always a challenge. I like the brown you've got on the leather here, too. It's real rich. It's kind of reddish, kind of yellowish without being too much of either. Polished leather and worn leather is always a tricky color to get for me. Oh, I like the green on this guy. Oh, that face! Your eyes are so subtle but effective. My eyes are always popping out of their goddamn heads like fucking Beetlejuice. Really good work on the face. Really effective. This is, of all the stuff you've posted today, this stands out to me. That's excellent. Just because you're painting up one of the designs in it today, here's a preview of the extended cover art of Operation Lancaster. By Australian artist Alan Blackwell. Dreadnought Battlecore on the offensive. Okay, and here's the one that you had just shown that you've been working on. And here's the Tyrant, right? Ooh, he looks like a badass. I kind of want to do this paint scheme now. I wish I'd seen this before. You know what? There are more Tyrants to go around. We might just be able to do that. Alright, Kat, thank you so much for being here. Chat, could we get a good night for Kat? She is at least 80% of why this stream doesn't suck completely. Just for kicks, a couple preview art pics. Ooh, featuring the Tyrant. Look at him. Look at him in his little storage sarcophagus coffin thing. This is a really cool image. I like the sense of motion and scale that it has. Who's that in the background there? That's not another Tyrant, is it? Oh, is that another Tyrant with the Myanmar bundle showing? Is that what I'm seeing? And without the armor plates put on over top of him yet. I think that's what I'm seeing. Or is it another mech? Yeah, stripped. That's what I thought. It's a Tyrant with the Myanmar bundles all showing in the armor plates. The skeletal hand was a dead giveaway. Also the head. It's got a very distinctive head. It's a good-looking mech. I'm happy to have a couple to work with. Another one being put together. Look at this guy in his construction suit. Welding away. I like to see how the Tyrant head opens up. That's pretty neat. It looks like you would jump in and grab onto the bar and kind of ride it down and close it behind you. Oh, this is going to be neat when this gets released. Look at him. Look at him sliding in like a total fucking badass. This is some really good artwork. I really dig it. It's inspirational. I need to look at stuff like this before I start painting, or posing the Tyrant, for that matter, so that I don't do what I did last time. Girl Geek, yes! Almost done with this page. Mewtwo, Snorlax's Belly, Eevee, and Vaporeon. It has been such a pleasure to watch this come together. It really has. Oh, now I see Aerodactyl. I was just seeing the wing before, and I was thinking it looked like a Golbat, but now it's obviously an Aerodactyl. And of course Ditto down here. Eevee, Vaporeon, oh look at Snorlax, and Mewtwo over here being a dick. Talking about destroying all humanity, or whatever it is he's up to this week. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome to see this whole thing put together. About to jewel these bad boys up. Silvery Demise, Phalanx. Got a couple of Davion. Ooh! Oh, that's nice. The little bits of chipped damage are really effective. The yellow pops really, really well. It's well highlighted. I like the way the blue and the white are divided up. You're going to do some jeweling on this, huh? I look forward to seeing that. The missile tubes look pretty good, too. Well, I can't wait to see the finished product on this one, Silvery. Thank you so much for sharing. As always, guys, I appreciate everybody who wants to share with me over the course of this segment. It gets me a little pep in my step after wearing myself out painting. Because I work so hard, obviously. Like, yeah, it's a lot of work, clearly, definitely. Everybody should be super thankful. That gray and purple, Z Staley's, right? Oh yeah, of course it is. I should have seen the Jade Falcons over here. You have a very effective style and great color choices. This is the gray that you're doing here. Eclipse Gray and Arctic Blue from Scale Color. Huh. Because I really like those grays. They're a nice cold gray. And together they come out nice. And that violet. I like that. I like that a lot. Particularly on the King Crab and the Awesome. I don't even like this design of the Awesome. Like, of all the Awesomes that there are, this is probably my least favorite design. But this is a cool paint scheme. It's understated and fairly subtle. And here we have the Highlander. Oh, yeah. Looking really good. Man, you have an eye for color. Look at this. Look at this work on the weaponry. Like, you should be doing the fucking streaming and telling me how you do what you do. 'Cause damn, man. Oh. I like this. It looks like just you spent some time doing blending with 3 colors, and that came out great. 49th, getting ready for some war crimes. Hooray! War crimes? Well, we've got some of those right here. Fucking Cyclops letting loose. Woof. That's some really cool art. I'm looking forward to this. It's like kind of an older style monochrome Battletech art, but with a lot of the new lines and new designs and new aesthetic to it, without being quite as janky as the old classic ones. Vergadarung. Looks like we have Kursala's Orion coming together. Dude, I can't wait to see what you do with it, man. Your paint jobs are top notch. I need to go ahead and do one myself, and then we can have them fight. Art degree only got me so far. Well, you know, at least you got. I don't even have the formal training. I just kind of make it up as I go and hope it looks good. Then we got some power armor down here. Yeah. You printing some beakies? Is that what I see? Some Space Marine beaky helmet? Are you making some Dark Angels? They got hoods on. You are clearly a man of taste for going with such a wonderful thing as the Beaky Marine. Oh, it's for a friend. Well, your friend has taste. I guess you're okay. Yeah, you know, take it or leave it. What are you going to do? And yes, there's some taco trucks. If you're not familiar with Vergadarung's trucks and bits for urban Battletech terrain, you should absolutely become familiar with his fantastic taco trucks at an absolute minimum. I believe you can find some of Vergadarung's work on Steel Warrior Studios. Is that the truth, Flavolicious? Have they been listed yet? The taco trucks are free. Yes, that is also true. If you go to Steel Warrior Studios, you can find at least a few STLs that are available for free as testers. The taco trucks are among them. Also at least one building from my own Hextech Trinity City Battletech City set, which is now available in both hexed and unhexed formats for both Alpha Strike and Classic players. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Kursala's been working on some clan mechs. Coming together nice, man. Look at that. Shoop. Looking smooth. Timberwolf Mad Cat 3. Yeah. That makes sense. You might as well go ahead and do both variants while you're at it. Doesn't take much work. Sharing Star... Oh, this is the one that you made. Roland, if you would do me a favor and send this to me either in DM or in general or in one of the other channels, because I'm going to have to purge this one. But I'd very much like to take a look at this that you made. Making me have flashbacks to the army when the Roach coaches would visit the base. It just makes me hungry. I miss the taco trucks. Roland with a rice pudding type deal of some description. I mean, it looks tasty. Figure it should be nice and build some of the Op 4 aka Hubby's force. This is more Infinity, yeah? It's probably nice. If Hubby's going to play with you. Manro Fasal, to your credit, we're ending a little bit early today. You would have normally been getting here right about at the start of the Storm Report, but the good news for you is everything's recorded on VOD, so you can hear me being... you can hear me being extremely pro-Semitic. Violently pro-Semitic. That's what was happening. That's what I'm sticking with. I'll look forward to seeing these as they get primed and painted, White Wolf. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. But now that you got a workshop, you can actually do that, eh? Aha, how about that? Steiner Minis. Working on... Somebody help me out. I'm not recognizing this design. I feel like I should know. I should know what mech this is. It seems to have just about one of every goddamn thing on it. It's a little asymmetric, so I want to say something like Bushwhacker, but obviously it's not that. Bushwhacker has such a unique profile, and it has this sloped cockpit on it. What am I missing? Looks Blakest. Yeah, kind of a Dark Age mech. Okay, that would explain why I'm not recognizing it, is if it's a Dark Age or a Blake mech. Okay. Dark Age Mad Cat. Interesting. I was going to say, it has a lot of the shapes of the Mad Cat, and I thought I recognized these pods on the side, but I couldn't quite place it. It'll be good to see this come together. You always do good basing work with Cork. I can't wait to see what you do here. Silvery Demise Phalanx. We're getting some of those Death Trooper skulls. But oh, shit! You're doing it like a candy skull inside the Stormtrooper helmet. That's pretty cool. I was not expecting that. A surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. And Vergadarung. From before he blended the base, and a better shot of the jump jets, which are just so cool. Just so cool. Really good work on those, man. I think you did a better job of blending the jets into the smoke than I did. Mine wound up a bit too long. I think the blending into the base also helped. But it's good to have a view of the rear, in the rear, with the gear. That just rhymed. That didn't have to do with anything. I just said it. And my brain isn't working properly. And putting together some armor. What are these guys called? I remember what these guys are called. They're just like AC-20 carriers of some description. I can't remember what they are, though. Ooh, an interesting spread of mechs. It'd be nice to see these getting painted. I think that Steiner is going to be... streaming. Is he streaming now? Can someone check and tell me if he's streaming now or if he's going to be starting streaming? He might even be listening right now. I can't tell. I never know. I don't know what's going on. I never know what's going on. Current batch on the docket. Working up some more of these Blakest scum. I like this pose on the... This is the shit. Nobody tell me. It's right on the tip of my tongue. It's an SRM boat, basically. And the name is... Fucking... I'm not gonna look at the screen. Kamea Arano drove one. It's a Kintaro. It's a Kintaro. It's a Kintaro. Okay, excellent. Fucking fantastic. I didn't want to be helped with that one because I felt stupid not knowing it right off the bat. And I may be stupid, but I don't have to feel that way all the time. And I'll tell you, I don't like the design of this awesome, but y'all have done some really good paint jobs on them. You're making me feel like maybe I should reconsider. Maybe it was just their stompy nature in MWO. They just looked awkward in profile. But they were mostly in camo in that. And that didn't look good, but these are mostly brighter paint jobs.
You know, there's something about mech paint jobs that really just brings a tear to my eye, and sometimes a tightness to my pants. This stream has a lot of the latter.
I did not, Flavolicious. I got that on my own. I mean, you know what? You can't prove a goddamn thing. So you can just... Right there, that's what I have to say to you. With your fucking... Your narrow-eyed Cyclops looking at me all suspicious. Yeah, I agree. HBS Battletech, yeah, they look alright. I don't know, I was never really a fan of the MWO resculpt. Get him, chat! I see you so full of shit. Oh, Flavolicious. I think that's it, isn't it? That brings us to the end of the Storm Report. What I have the chat? Yeah, it's over here. I have to do something about the location of my face cam. Because I've got my chat down here, and I've got the cam up here. And then I've got it monitored up here, but I don't have my chat up here. Unless this isn't working, then it's all a fucking mess. But I wind up looking down here half the time when I'm talking to you guys, and I feel like that's awkward. I'm thinking I might move the camera to, like, I got a spot over here, and that way I could just look kind of up and down. That could be fun. I wasn't here in time. Oh, Chaotic Harmony didn't get to hear his own beautiful voice on my stream. It's so sad. It's so sad. The first one was the best one. I'm just going to say that, Chaotic Harmony. The first one was the best one. I like that one the most. I shouldn't mock him so viciously. 50 Shades Chapter 3 is... Okay, we were just talking about Indiana Jones.
Welcome,
you remember
to Thunderhead Studios,
that too.
where the only rule is...
Please don't show me your genitals.
Please don't.
Have fun, be safe, and above all...
Don't show them to me.
Don't.
For the love of God.
For the love of God. And if you want to know where Chapter 3 is... you remember the warehouse in Indiana Jones where they hid the Ark of the Covenant? You know? It's there. It's in one of those boxes. It's next to the Holy Grail and whatnot that has all been locked up in there. And it will never see the light of day because it is profane and obscene. And we have standards here at Thunderhead Studio. Not high ones. I'm not saying that we have particularly stringent standards, but we have some standards. And that violated all of them. That was vile. Oh, God. Alright, who... Yeah, on his PC is where it is. Who is streaming right now? Let's have a look. I strongly suspect that Steiner Miniatures is streaming. Is he? I don't see him on my list. Let me pull up my keyboard here. He is. Steiner Miniatures is streaming, ladies and gents. So we are gonna go ahead and pop over there. What is he painting? I haven't seen. It doesn't show me. It just shows me the thing. Well, he's painting some miniatures, and chances are that they're gonna be mechs or tanks. So we're gonna go ahead and head over there. Boom, let's get that raid started. Ladies and gentle mechs, I would like to extend my thanks to each and every one of you that came out tonight and made this stream just a damn good time for me. You always do. You call me on my shit, and every now and then you let me get away with a little bit of it too. And that is the nature of our relationship. That and me berating you for God knows what. Sometimes it's liking the wrong movie. Sometimes it's not liking movies that I like. It generally has to do with stupid movies, though, to be fair. Or like fucking Power Rangers, or something like that. Anyway, we're gonna head on over there. I will be back Sunday the 26th with possibly the Tyrant again? I don't know, we'll decide. We will decide. That Tyrant's gonna get painted one way or the other. In the meantime, guys, have a good time over at Steiner Miniatures. And for the love of God, keep on painting. Tell Steiner hi for me. I'll be over in a few minutes.